Hello, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pick a Side podcast. My name is Joel Moran, and I'm here with River Brown, Andrew Velez, and Joe Dehls. And this is now episode 289. In this episode, we're going to share our favorite sports moment with our fathers in honor of Father's Day. Deandre Hopkins visiting the Patriots and Titans. Stefon Diggs talk about the Vikings cutting Dalvin Cook, and Bradley Beal wanting out of Washington. This was supposed to be an only NFL show. And then a bomb dropped that Bradley Beal and the Wizards are working on parting ways. So we'll talk about this episode, but it'll be on the back end of the episode because, you know, we got to give football some shine once in a while.
It's almost July, man. Training camp starts soon. Just finished a mini camp. I'm excited.
It's been a long-ass time since we really dove into football.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Sir.
Big year for me.
Big year.
This is your
Big
breakout?
year for the Bills.
This is your breakout?
Big year for the Browns.
I'm about to come in
Eagles.
here this year NFL. I'm gonna hit you guys with
Last year was my
stats.
breakout in NBA, so I'm excited for your NFL breakout.
Last year is my coming out party. Like I arrived. Now This
Uh-huh.
year is my like MVP Jettas like year. Like,
Okay.
you know,
We're not going to say Michael Jordan.
Similar to the
that-
Josh Allen,
I
Michael
might
Jordan.
not win. You know, so no, but we're coming out with some breakout numbers. I'm gonna shock the world.
I like that.
Okay, yeah. I think as long as you
Okay.
don't pick the Cardinals this year,
Facts.
you'll be
You
good.
can pick them.
Hey,
Last place,
I didn't
and
pick
I'll
them
be
last.
with
Did I
you.
pick them last?
You
Well, you
picked
just-
them last year.
Yeah.
To win the division?
They were definitely part of your
They were
agenda.
definitely like your sleeper team or something like
Probably
that.
was.
Them and the
That
Browns.
was me trolling. We could
The
troll.
Browns is a good pick. It's not a bad
This
pick.
year, the Browns definitely a good pick.
Yeah.
Last year, I don't think it was the Browns.
He was just high on
No,
the
this
Browns.
year it's the Browns.
No,
Last
yeah,
year was
I picked
Arizona.
the Browns probably like after like the season was over, like a
Yeah, I
month
remember
in.
you saying, 2023, 2024. That's my
Yeah,
team.
They got the
Yeah.
squad.
And then
We
we
do have this
picked
squad.
up Darius Smith. I seen that.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
That's a great pickup.
Thank you.
I'm locked into the football. I can't wait to talk about Dalvin Cook being cooked. You know, because we know he is cooked. Stefon Diggs
We'll see.
situation, as a Jets fan, it warms my heart. See the Bills
Joel saw
tearing
Theo
apart like
Ash
that.
talking about how mid Dalvin Cook is, and he was like, yeah, I got some steam now. It's time to go and cook up.
Well, I had that take before him. I came in here before he said it.
You did say he
EPA.
was
I
I did
washed
say
a couple
for a
months
minute.
ago.
Yeah, it's been saying that for a minute.
EPA is the...
EPA, man.
It's not even EPA. It's other
Can't live
stats.
with it, can't live without it, I guess, right?
No, not at
Shit's
all.
nasty.
But yeah, when he came out and said it, I was like, I mean, he's a ball knower. He knows ball. So I was like, yeah, you know, we got that in common, especially when it comes to football.
You're his ghostwriter?
Nah.
I'm just fucking
That guy,
around.
Nah. He knows what he's talking about, though. He was right about Zach Wilson.
You weren't.
I know I wasn't. I had a whole beef with him because we were going back and forth about Zach Wilson.
When, last offseason?
Nah, we're
Or
talking about
drafts?
pre-draft.
Okay.
Pre-draft.
Oh,
stuff.
years ago.
Yeah, he thought Zach Wilson was like a
world,
third-round prospect, and I was like, "Listen, you're gonna be wrong about Zach."
Yeah.
And then he took
win
the
them
W. Yeah, no, can't win them all. You know,
You
but
cannot win them all.
one Tony Pollard won, one the Chiefs won Super Bowl one, Kadarius Toney, Pacheco,
What are you doing, bro?
Dalvin Cook.
I don't-
Going through
what
his-
is-
he's going through
What
his
is
victory
Kadarius
lap.
Toney?
The Kadarius Toney had 2 touchdowns for like 10 yards. Is that because he's the X factor?
He was the X
Yeah.
factor.
No, he didn't have 2 touchdowns. He had an amazing return.
Oh,
And
facts.
then he
and the
scored the
walk-in
touchdowns,
touchdown.
correct.
That's you saying you.
No, I
That's
said
a
he was gonna be
W
the
for you?
X factor. He's gonna make a play
The punt
that's gonna
return,
change the
facts.
game.
The punt return you
Nuts.
got. The touchdown was literally just a wide open. Just Eagles didn't defend him.
I don't know about you guys, but my favorite Father's Day moment actually has to do with football. It's not basketball related because my dad doesn't watch basketball much. So football is definitely the moment for me. And as I was thinking about this topic, and I was like, what moment was the most special to me? Going back and just reliving all my moments, 2 stand out. One is kind of sad. It was Zach Wilson Titans game. It was an amazing moment. My goodness.
That's not sad. That's
It's-
lit.
That was
Yeah,
Zach Wilson's
that
house.
was
That's
oh
one
my
of
goodness.
3 good moments in Zach Wilson's career.
I'm telling you,
One of them, him being drafted number 2 overall.
Oh,
I thought as a Jets fan, the luck was turning. The luck was turning in that game. I was like, you know what? Yeah, we got our guy. The one that actually sticks out to me the most, that's the most special one though, it just happened. It's a Super Bowl because the Chiefs were down double digits. I bet on the Chiefs to win. All you guys picked the Eagles. I caught shit for
cool.
saying the Chiefs were better than the Eagles. And then watching with my dad, I remember because I had a bet on the game. I'm like, Dad, should I just cash out? Because like, man, they're down by double digits. And he looks at me because my dad, he's a big Chiefs dude. Was a Chiefs guy with Alex Smith. He loves Patrick Mahomes. He's like, we've seen Mahomes do this so many times. Don't take your money out. Like we see this all the time. I was like, you're right. And then when the
lit.
Chiefs came back and scored and we went up, Man, that was a great moment. I hugged my dad. I was like, fucking Mahomes, man.
Bro's getting hype over the
Mahomes.
Mahomes moment.
Man, yeah, of
I
course.
respect
That's my
it.
favorite moment. Though.
Yeah, I mean, as a Jets fan, I'm right there with you. I don't have a ton of great memories.
I don't
mean,
have any at all.
Beating New England, that was great. I would say definitely watching the Mets in 2015 making their World Series run.
Oh, so you're
was
actually
amazing.
a Mets fan?
Oh, yeah, been a Mets fan my
I
whole
thought
life.
I thought you were just recent with it. I never
Oh,
heard you
no,
talk
no.
about baseball.
Yeah.
Yet.
Baseball was my
And then
first
like,
love.
because it's funny because when you locked in after the Celtics, I thought it was a troll.
Oh,
moment.
no, I was dead.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then I would say outside like playing sports, one of my favorite things, like in Little League when I was playing baseball, you'd always get like a game ball at the end of it. So whenever I would get a game ball, my dad would write my stats, like, innings pitched, strikeouts, hits. I still have them somewhere in my house. So that was always one of my favorite memories after the game, giving it to him and he would write on it.
That's pretty sick. I got a couple. I mentioned my dad on the show. It seems like every episode at this point in time, I just have an amazing relationship with him. But
Great man.
he is a great man. I appreciate
Awesome,
you
man.
saying that. I'm sure he appreciates that when he listens to this. But a couple come to mind. One, of course, I'll talk about watching sports, and then another playing sports. So watching sports, it's funny enough, he was asleep. And it was 2009, the A-Rod home run against Minnesota. We're down by 2 in the 9th. And A-Rod really just notoriously had not been known to show up in the playoffs. But 2009, that's really when it switched for him. Well, let me not say switched. That was just his one moment in the playoffs where he was just unbelievable. So my dad's asleep. We're in Florida. We're supposed to be there for a tournament. It got canceled. So we were just there with my grandpa and my grandma. And he's asleep. And A-Rod goes and hits that home run. And I know he's asleep. But I could not help it, bro. I screamed at the top of my lungs. And my dad, when he's asleep and you startle him, he gets up and he gets into fight mode. And so it's like, I'm like, Dad, I'm sorry. A-Rod just tied the game. He looks up with his sleepy-ass face, goes, holy shit, and goes right back to bed. But it was one of those moments that was just like, seeing A-Rod, that's one of my favorite players, but just thinking about how funny that was. But then when it comes to playing sports, probably my best moment that I had with my dad, it was a long time ago when I was playing I don't know if it was Little League, but I was playing travel baseball. And it was a tournament in Maryland. It's the Ripken tournament. It's over there in Aberdeen, Maryland. And I struggled with this travel team for a long time. It was just something mentally that the coaches didn't trust me, and then I let it affect how I played. But this tournament was really my best by far. And so I ended up winning the MVP of the championship game. And I remember my mom, my brother, my sister, they were losing their minds. My dad played it cool, but then once everything kind of died down, him and I walked over by ourselves. And it was the first time I saw my dad cry. And we were just, man, it's a good story.
It's all right, man.
It was the first time I saw my dad cry, and it was just one of those that I was just like, you know what? I did it, and I felt very good.
Yeah.
It's my guy. It's
Making
my
me tear up
guy.
over here.
I have two. The first one
We all have to.
Yeah. The first one I have, I don't remember. It's more him telling me about it because he loves this memory so much. It's not about basketball or football. This is actually a WWE moment we had where he took me to, I want to say it was the early 2000s. He took me to a WWE Raw show. And this was when The Rock
Facts, I
came
remember
back.
you telling me this.
And this is when The Rock came back. He doing his Brahma Bull thing. He was going at it. And we was sitting in the front. You know how when the WWE mat is, it's like this. We was sitting in the front row on this side. So we were sitting in the front row. And he was holding me his whole time. He used to tell me about it like, yo, I was standing there. I was watching The Rock. And it was like seeing God.
Yeah,
he was sitting right next to me. I was holding you the whole time. He was going crazy. And then the memory I remember, it was my 9th grade or 10th grade. I was playing like AAU and something like that. And he used to always miss my games because he worked. He worked at night, so it was understandable. He caught this one game, though. We were like 2-10. We were down bad. I was struggling all year. I was the point guard. I was struggling all
Jersey
year.
Gazelles?
No, it wasn't that. It was Blaze. I want to say Blaze. We were struggling all year. My mom came to every game. But this game, my grandma came, my mom came, my aunt, and my dad pulled up. I had like 37.
You went crazy.
Yeah, I hit like 8 threes that game.
That's
I was
tough.
going bananas. Our star player came back too, so I didn't expect to get the ball. And I had 37. He was just sitting there proud in the crowd like, yeah, that's my son. That's my son. My brother was there. But it was a great moment. He doesn't really watch basketball or football, so we don't have too many moments. But the personal moments when I did play ball, he was for sure there when he needed
That's
to
lit,
be.
man.
That is.
As a Jets fan, the only memories I remember is my dad just clowning the Jets. My dad just clowns the Jets.
Being the Pats, that'll stick out forever in the second round of the playoffs.
My dad's a Dolphins fan, and so every year that the Super Bowl's over, he'll go and he'll grab his custom Miami Dolphins 72 that just has perfect on it. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, my dad, he can talk you up and down about like WWE, about like Star Wars or like Marvel, DC, but sports, he's like, nah.
Does he still watch WWE?
For sure. He like keeps up with it. He doesn't watch as much because his guys are gone. So it's like he's an old head. He's WWF, Attitude, WCW, but he keeps up with guys.
WWE's been turned lately.
Yeah, he was more of the
Yeah, LA Knights.
He's old school, so he's like his Hulk Hogan. His favorite was Stone Cold.
Of course.
So, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Hulk
Legends.
Hogan, NWO. He's like all of those guys. Diamond Dallas Page. Like, he's way back. So, but he keeps up with. Now he watches like G.I. Joe and shit. So like,
okay,
that's his thing now.
Okay, that's lit.
He's a movie buff too.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, weird guy, It's my guy.
That's okay.
You said a weird guy.
It's a golden age of streaming. It's the perfect time to be an avid movie watcher.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Facts.
Literally no better time.
So you've been.
Watch
I
any
feel like
movie.
you watched fucking a
Me?
movie a week.
Oh,
yeah.
nah, I've been wilding. I became an A-lister, bro. I
Yeah.
can watch 3 movies a week.
For
Why
free.
not? Well, $25 a month, but 3
Well, I
movies
mean,
a
the
week.
ticket's like $17. You
That's
know,
It's free, bro.
You steal from
Yeah, it's a
them.
steal.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I'm signing up.
You literally watch 2 movies in 1 month.
pay
You got
for
your
it.
money's worth.
Yeah, it's a
And you can
steal.
see it in IMAX. You can see it in 3D. You can see it with the new Dolby shit, the
I gotta get
laser.
some back for this. Damn, we're hyping up A-list. I gotta give some back for this.
Nah, bro, it is literally, it is just one of the best deals out right now.
A-list, you said.
A-list, I told you, bro.
It's definitely worth it. I mean, like you said, you watch 2 movies, you're basically paying for your money.
So
right
like a regular movie ticket's like 15, 16. If you want to see it in 3D, they're probably like 20, 22. Why would I not?
You can
do
watch
this?
weekends.
And any time.
That's tough.
It is gas. You get the early rights to for when movie tickets come out. You're like first come to get your seat. It's pretty tough.
And hopefully movie theaters don't die down, man.
They're bringing back $3 or $5 movies. They said.
And they used to do those on like Tuesdays
It's
at
Tuesdays,
AMC, right?
facts. Optimum used to
They're bringing
do
it
that.
back. Yeah. Best not was it not Best Buy. Like the small little movie theaters used to do it too.
Uh-huh.
On Tuesdays.
The movie theater in Teaneck.
Yes, on the on Cedar Lane. if I'm
That's
not
where I saw
mistaken.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
That was
Really?
awesome.
Oh, no, I needed to see that in the big movie theater.
Nah, that's one of my best. That's one of my favorite movie experiences. Me
So
and my
you saw
brother.
that at the little movie
And,
theater.
yeah, in Teaneck, it was
and everything
awesome.
else in the big ones.
No, I saw Infinity
What
War
you trying to get at?
at the little one too.
You know where I'm trying to get. I'm not gonna say nothing. I get it.
It's always trying to finagle his way into
Yeah,
something.
listen, I was surrounded by great people there. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Now, before we move on to the next topic,
Oh, man.
if you guys want to share a moment you had with your fathers, or if you're a father and you want to share a moment you had with your son or daughter, share in the conversation down below. And now
Happy
it's Father's Day.
man.
Happy
Happy
Father's
This
Day.
episode
Thank
will
you.
probably be out
Yo,
Happy Father's
facts.
Day.
Saturday.
Happy Father's Day.
early
man.
Sunday. Happy Father's Day, Riff.
Yeah, I have no moments yet.
That's okay.
This is birth.
That's okay. That's it.
Shit.
It's
thunder?
thundering outside. Yeah.
Oh damn! That
Yeah.
shit was
This is
loud.
birth. We'll get there soon though.
Yeah.
No, I have this one moment where he shitted on everything. Yeah. He,
like a baby?
No, like dog.
Versus
No,
like
this was like
a
last
week
year.
ago?
Yeah, like literally he fucking this dude. I left him for 10 minutes. Like I took like a fake nap. I woke up, went in my room. It smelled like mad shit. I seen my bed was in shit. The
Oh
floor
my
had shit
God.
on it.
He just
he
went
had shit on
crazy.
himself. He's just holding shit. And I'm just like, dude, like, what the hell are you doing, bro? And he's just watching TV casually with shit in his
With
hand.
shit all over.
Yeah,
him.
I'm
he's
just like,
bugging
No.
my room smelled so bad for like a week, bro. I couldn't get
Yeah,
that shit
no,
out,
no,
bro.
no. I don't know how.
That's
Oh
you
my
throw out the
goodness.
sheets for that.
I did.
Yeah, you throw out
I kid you
everything.
not. I threw out the sheet. I threw it out. I just didn't want it. Good
Yeah.
thing he didn't shit on my covers. I really love those covers. But he shit on all my sheets.
I'm sorry, man. That's a bad beat.
It took
Very.
me a while. Yeah.
Last episode, we announced Victor Wembanyama's Mojo stock, which is already the 10th highest among NBA players.
Insane.
Just recently, they released more IPOs for other NBA draft prospects, and nobody comes as close to Victor.
Not yet.
Brandon Miller is second, and he is
Half the price.
$160 less
Yeah.
than Victor. So this is the order, and this is how Mojo has these players priced. 1 is Victor. Number 2 is Brandon Miller. Number 3 is Scoot. Number 4 is Eamon Thompson. Number 5 is Cam Whitmore. Number 6 is Jarris Walker. Number 7 is Asura Thompson. Number 8 is Anthony Black. Number 9, Taylor Hendricks. And 10, Grady Dick.
Sounds like it's going by what they think, who they think
That's
is going
the
to be
draft order.
drafted
Yeah.
in order. That makes sense.
Listen, Get your money in on Taylor Hendricks now. He's not going 9.
When you look at where these guys are priced to other NBA players, Brandon Miller is between OG Anunoby and Marcus Smart. Scoot Henderson is between Michael Porter Jr. and Steven Adams. Like, these are, I mean, we're expecting.
Steven Adams is in the 150s.
He's 130.
130?
Nah,
Scoot is 130
Scoot
as
is
well.
That's
like,
actually nuts that
easy.
Steven Adams is that high.
We were thinking Scoot was going to be
At least
we're
200.
like
Scoot is very
Yeah.
undervalued.
very
extremely
undervalued.
undervalued.
Could be a steal.
We were
Could
talking about
be,
him
it
being
is.
around like where Ant Edwards was, and
Yeah.
he's not even close to
We
that.
did assume he'd be in the 200s.
Yeah.
We got finessed.
Now,
Or now's the
Mojo might have
time to
finessed
get in out for
themselves.
Mojo
Facts.
and really,
Hey, listen.
maybe they're expecting if he goes to like Portland, comes off
Yeah.
the bench or something.
Amon's at $100.
That's another one. 100 flat. That's another one.
Feel it. Or don't.
Because listen, if Scoot goes 2, then there's real possibility that Amon goes 3.
Small possibility.
You
but
think
I
so
understand.
with Portland?
I think so.
They've been talking about it. I don't know what.
Well, I also say that with the idea that the trade possibility is definitely very high, and the team wants to trade up for a point guard.
Portland's doing the most. So I don't know.
They are doing
Yeah.
it.
They're not going to trade Dan, bro.
They are doing it.
They're
Yeah,
gonna,
doesn't
Let's
sound
trade
like it.
Simons.
Which is
He's going to
also
Toronto.
dumb. Hey, Toronto is about to hit a come up.
It's possibly, probably him, Barnes.
I would love to see him running the show over there.
That'd really be your team at that
That'd
point.
actually be cool.
Simons
Really
goes to
would
Toronto.
be.
I'm all for new shit. So yeah, that'd be cool.
Facts.
Simons, Barnes, OG if he stays.
Yeah.
we had posted a TikTok about the Thompson twins in Overtime Elite, and it is crazy just how much the Overtime Elite League is banking on the Thompson twins succeeding in the NBA.
No doubt.
Be huge for
Because,
them.
the top comment
Sets
was
the precedent.
Yeah, the top comment was, if these guys don't succeed, then OTE is gonna fall. If they do succeed, it's gonna boost their stock tremendously,
No doubt.
and it's gonna show that this is actually a viable and legit way to proceed in your NBA route.
The fact that you're even going top 10, I thought is like, I feel like that's proof enough. But of course, if they turn into the players we think they can,
Yeah. To be fair, they have a lot of because I watch a lot of OT, not the games, like the commentating. I just can't. But I watch a lot of their like workouts and stuff. They have a lot of NBA workouts. They put them in NBA scrimmages and stuff like that. So they work out and play with a lot of NBA players. So they got a couple guys going to college. I think Rob Dillingham is going to Texas, if I'm not mistaken. He's over there. Trey Walker is going to college. He's over there. Nasir Cunningham, he's in 2 classes behind. He's a top recruit. I think he's over there right now. So they got a couple guys over there that's going to college.
Okay.
So it's not like they're banking a lot on the twins, but they got a couple other guys too that have to succeed also. Like Rob Dillingham, like we mentioned, he's going to college next year. If he don't make that transition from OTE to college and he looks funny, then that's another thing that could hinder OTE too.
Yeah,
So,
something I learned about OTE is that it's not a college replacement like the G League is, or overseas. It's more so like a high school route.
it's like prep.
So like if players don't want to be at their high school, they go to OT, and it's like a high school league, and then they transition from there to college. That's what I learned about it.
Interesting.
Yeah, you could do both. You can go to college or you could just go outright to the league depending on the
So the
age.
twins were a year older than what the regular standard should be.
Basically, this was like their high school senior year,
Okay.
and they played that at OTE,
Okay.
and that's why everybody was 17 and 19 years old in the league.
I understand.
They're either they're 20 or they're about to be 20.
They're 20 right
They're
now,
20, yeah. So they turned 20 this year. So I think they reclassed.
that makes sense. Yeah.
which is why they're older prospects.
Mhm.
And I think Amon Thompson,
Brandon, I think, is 22.
well, they turned 21 January 30th
Yeah.
of 2024.
Their freshman year, they'll be 20 year. Their rookie year.
Mhm.
I think Brandon's also 20, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Brandon Miller, I think, is 20 or 21.
Couple
Yeah, he's old.
They
He's an older
reclass and stuff.
prospect.
It gives a couple old guys in it. Not old, but
I know what you're saying.
Miller's going to be 21 November 22nd. by
Oh,
the time
he's
the season-
older than the Thompson.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
By a couple months.
Yeah, I didn't know I thought he was okay. That's okay. He'll be a 21-year-old rookie. I get it.
That's fine.
No, it's not wrong. with it.
Yeah.
As long as you're not Chris Duarte or nothing like that, like coming in like 26.
Jay
as a-
Sean Tate.
He had to carve his way out.
Facts. Sometimes that's
Chris
literally
Duarte was in college
Yeah,
at
yeah.
24.
Tay had to get his way in. He had to get out the mud, you know.
Uh-huh.
So-
Tay was overseas, doing his thing. And Duarte is in
Duarte
college.
going lottery. It was just he just had a crazy senior
But,
year.
but I was
bro.
gonna say Sasser is a senior too, and he's coming out.
He's 22.
I know he's still 22 and not obviously the same age as Duarte, but there's nothing wrong with being a 4-year senior. And
No, I just think
You know how Riv is.
being,
no, I know,
Hey, whoa,
and
whoa,
him
whoa.
too. Both of them are like
he
this
was-
too.
he came
bro,
out
he's old.
25.
He's kind of old,
Came
bro.
out at 25.
I
That
got you.
matters,
No, that's
though.
different.
Yeah,
That's
it does.
sorta, kinda.
But Riv
Potential, it
has like
matters.
a fetish about
wasn't
it.
Blake a 4-year
young
senior?
guys?
Yeah.
Blake who?
Griffin?
Blake was a freshman, or maybe sophomore. He didn't go past the sophomore year.
I could be wrong.
Like Griffin definitely
Easily.
wasn't a
I could easily be
25-year-old.
wrong.
I would say
No,
I
I'm
feel
not
like
saying he was
you don't
25.
see many like upperclassmen. Going
Even
to
Davion
1-0.
Mitchell, he was 23.
I mean, when you're a rookie and you're 24, 25 years old, your potential is far less
Yeah.
than
Basically,
somebody that's
bro, he's
younger.
Tatum's age.
Mhm.
He's actually Duarte's older than Tatum.
Like I guess there was a moment in time where Chris Duarte was looked at as a good pick. Now it's kind of like, is he young core? Is he older?
Yeah.
Veteran?
2 years.
Yeah, it was 2. Yeah,
And Chris Duarte hasn't.
Senior was definitely.
He's been
crazy.
injured, so I can't say much. But he's not. I don't think a main staple. of
Davion
the
Mitchell
team.
came out at 23, but it's because he transferred, so you have to wait. At that time, you had to sit a year
Yep.
before you can play. So
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Davion is exactly
That's
who
what-
I thought he was going
See,
to
but
be.
that's what you
And
gave me a
Buddy
lot of
Hield-
slack for me liking Davion
Buddy Hield
Mitchell
was a
because
4-year, but he
was older.
He was.
No,
I
I gave you slack for thinking he's a starting point guard.
He shouldn't
Solid
have went
backup.
lottery.
Huh?
He shouldn't have went lottery. Top
Uh-huh.
10 was crazy.
I mean, his defense is very good, but it's hard to be consistently on the
He's
court.
6 feet. You know?
That's it.
But
Tough look.
still a good player. I think Davion would be a fine player. I think
Yeah.
he'll carve out a nice NBA career.
I'm with you.
But in terms of like, yo, my franchise, I need to get
I also
like, top
wasn't
10.
expecting Malik Monk to come onto the squad. I wasn't expecting Keegan to be as prolific as a player as he was so quickly.
Keegan's also another one. 22 came out.
Facts.
He's an older one.
That
now.
was, but I think he was a sophomore, wasn't he?
He was a red shirt.
Because his
so-
brother's a junior.
He was a red shirt junior.
Got
He
it.
came out.
Got it.
Or
Yeah, but
sophomore,
with
one
those
of
players, you kind of know that you're getting that player, and the ceiling isn't exponential.
Like
I'm
a
with
step or two ahead, you know.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
Kind of
even-
like Kyle Kuzma. Like Kyle Kuzma was an older rookie, and he was amazing as a rookie. And
was.
he's been the same since.
He's kind of gotten a little bit.
He's gotten better,
Brogdon-
but
Brogdon was another one. Came out, you kind of knew he was going to be one of those steady, like the.
in
ceiling
terms
was
of the
gonna be low.
tier, like Kyle
I
Kuzma
gotcha.
hasn't really moved up tiers.
No.
Kind of like the same.
Remember his
Yeah,
rookie year? They were
probably.
comparing him and Tatum.
Actually,
shit was
I
crazy.
wish I did save those pictures of because somebody on Twitter was like, you know how they have this thing up of what's the worst agenda that the war that's died.
Oh, I saw that. on
Yeah,
Twitter,
so they put up
facts.
the Tatum and Kuzma agenda. It was like, yo, they really tried this.
Yeah, that was nuts.
It's crazy.
Tatum was
It
like
crazy.
They put Bi versus Tatum too. That one died. They put
Yeah.
that one up. Yeah, it's a couple of them Tatum ones that he killed pretty bad.
Of course.
Kawhi still TBD.
DVD.
Okay.
Not when he plays, you know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he doesn't play. He has a better case than the other two, though.
Tatum, Ben Simmons, and Mitchell used to be a debate.
Ben Simmons and Mitchell used to be a debate too. Damn,
Ben
how
Simmons.
the
Man.
mighty have fallen.
He's working out.
He's working. He is working.
Respect it.
Everybody does.
He's doing his thing.
In the offseason.
I don't know if everyone does. Not everyone
Not everyone.
works.
No.
Like who? Ben Simmons has been working out in
Listen,
the
they
offseason for
said
6 years.
they said Shaquille O'Neal really didn't work out
That's a
like
different
that.
type
He
of
just
specimen.
was a body.
Yeah.
Okay, not everybody should kill
It's gonna be
him.
Of
stronger
course
than
not.
anyone. in
But
the
that's
league,
why
no
I
matter
say
what
not
you do.
everybody works. Sometimes they just bank on their
We're
talent.
definitely due for a Ben Simmons shooting video at some point in the summer.
I actually can't wait for it.
Yeah, he just making like 10 threes in a row or
Just
something.
so I can be absolutely unbearable on Twitter just for the
Ben
vibes.
Simmons has the tools, man. I just don't know what something mental.
Yeah.
But when I tell you that, bro, he sucks.
No, you
sucks.
told me you said a lot of shit that just didn't make sense to the
What are
Ben
you even
Simmons. way.
talking
Well,
about?
he was a star. He's gonna change the
All he needed to do was change his mindset.
I mean, he
That's
was
what
on
I
the,
said.
He was on the route. Just
dog. He got worse
Got
after
fucking
ever since his
crashed.
rookie year. He legitimately got worse.
Sometimes the brain really does be playing tricks on you, and you
The
forget who you
injuries,
are.
too.
That's what it is.
Not making an excuse, but
You never had one of those moments you'd be like, "Damn, man, I'm not who I thought I was." Kind of
I'll-
fucks with you.
I'll
me
stay in
every
the
time I
house.
play MLB the show.
It's a little different with me in bed.
But
He
you
can't stay in the house.
stay in the house.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's not a good look.
So speak to somebody.
I agree.
Ben
I'm sure
waited.
he's had a.
He tried,
He
but
waited.
then he got clowned.
Well, he played like shit.
But that also didn't help his case.
It's just the timings was off, you know? The
I'm
timings
with
was
you.
very weird with
Well,
Ben.
I just think the point is that he's just not Donovan Mitchell or Jason Tatum.
He's not.
Not even.
Hopefully, he
close.
finds his way, but he won't be those guys if he does.
No.
I think he could still be
Maybe he
a
could
very
be
good
good-
role player.
Exactly.
You know,
What's his
complimentary role.
ceiling?
At this point,
Yeah.
complimentary
Top
role
what?
player. Top what?
70.
60. 70. A lot of good players in the NBA.
I'm not laughing because you're wrong. I'm just laughing at your facial expressions.
Top-
Top 60's all right. I think that's fine.
I don't know, in a vacuum, maybe.
Aren't the Warriors looking for somebody to replace Draymond?
That'd
Hey.
be a great role.
That's an option.
He comes to the Golden State, man. Who
He
knows?
needs to go
I'm
somewhere
going
in a great
to
system.
find God. I'll be at church every day.
Bro, listen.
defense, play make.
If you want me on the
what Draymond
Warriors,
does, right?
get Ben.
I saw Ben this year. A dog. Nah. I'm really good,
bro, he looks big body.
He does look brolic.
He's not
as
as
hell.
smart as Draymond, unfortunately.
No. I mean, how many people in the league are?
Not many. That's the problem. Irreplaceable.
He really is. You saw he's opting out.
That was
'Cause
expected.
yeah, no, I knew
He
he
wants
was
to
gonna
get
opt out,
long-term
yeah.
deal. Yeah.
Hopefully they reconstruction. I'd say, look, I saw us in the Beal conversation.
I love that we're just chatting bullshit right now. I'm having the
Send
time
that
of my
guy
life.
for Beal.
Beal?
Send
Beal
the
for
guy.
Draymond?
No,
No,
you're
the
saying
other
Clay.
guy.
Clay.
Yeah, send the other guy.
I've never seen a Warriors fan hate Clay the way that you do.
Despise him.
Because I'll tell you what, I'll talk to Frank.
After
and
this
Frank
playoff series, or this playoff run, I should say, can't blame you. He was dog shit.
Yeah, no, Frank loves Clay. Don't know why.
he loves Clay.
Lost me.
Bro, I mean, how could you say he lost you when he was an integral part of the championships for 3 of them?
Yeah, I'm sure he was. I've seen his.
And not even
Now, his
you-
lows are nuts.
Listen,
It gets me mad.
he wasn't like the normal Klay Thompson, but he wasn't bad last year.
The
He
playoffs,
wasn't.
though, he was bad.
He shot
Regular season, he
37%,
was
and
solid.
you were tight because it wasn't his usual 40.
I should be tight.
You advocate for year 5 pool. Let's talk about year, 11, 12?
Yeah.
Clay.
You
He could bounce
He
back.
just averaged his career
Clay?
high in the regular
No, Clay
season. Am I
was
wrong?
no. My problem isn't that it's his shot selections when it's important.
And Poole?
Pool's young.
He's young. Yeah,
Pool's
knew
young.
that was
Oh my
coming.
God,
It's
bro.
his
This
fetish.
is disgusting.
There's
No,
always,
well said.
There's
Well
always
said.
an excuse
You're
for
a
the young
sicko.
guys. It's
You're
like
a
he's
sicko.
young, he's
What's
got
worse,
potential.
a 33-year-old veteran that knows
Has
the game.
multiple championships, has
taking-
big moments in the playoffs.
It was 99-98. It was 18 seconds on the shot clock, and he took a 45-footer with 2 people in front of him.
Yeah, and what
He
did Jordan
not
Poole
make the
do?
shot.
And Jordan
He
Poole
was open.
Poole
Oh
was
my
it was deep,
God.
but he was open.
Clay was also deep. He wasn't
was
open.
covered.
Nah, bro,
Fuck.
when you're changing your shot form, that's when you know you're taking a shot that is way too deep. That is exactly
didn't
what
change shot
Poole
form.
did. He did. He definitely put a little bit more mustard on it.
Why are we comparing a 23-year-old to a 33-year-old?
Because you'll go to bat for this guy,
I said
but
Poole
not
played
someone
like shit this year.
who's done nothing but benefit your franchise.
I said Poole played like shit this year. And I say Clay was good in the regular season.
You want to trade Clay for Beal?
I'd be trolling.
I don't know if you're trolling.
I don't know at all.
You're not
if
trolling.
You're at least
Like,
60%
come on, bro.
serious.
Have some dignity, man.
For Beal, no.
That's what I'm saying.
Someone
Another
else,
guy
though.
that you shit talk.
You get
Beal's
Kispert out of
another
it?
guy you shit talk. And
Beal?
then you
because
say
he gets
that,
paid $250 million.
all right, I'm not disagreeing, but at the same point, you're saying, yeah, I disrespect Beal, but hey, at the same time, I would trade my guy who's been on my 4 championship teams for him.
If we traded Poole for the right guy, I'd be okay.
It's not like Beal's getting a better, Clay's still getting a max contract too.
Pain.
He's not getting 250 though. He's not getting 250.
You know what he said this year? He said, I want the max. What are we doing? Like, I don't. Beal's better than Clay, right?
Marginally.
Beal is better than
Yeah,
Clay.
probably.
Marginally?
Probably.
What are we doing?
I gotta see him not on the Wizards.
You're a ball knower.
No, he's better.
You said marginally.
He is marginally
No, he like 100%
better.
clears. What's wrong with this guy? This guy think Clay is.
Bro, he just had his career high point.
What was it, 22?
20, what was it, 22, 24? One of the two.
Bro said he averaged a career high in points.
God.
Bro told me, he told the fan base, I cannot wait to play the Lakers. This has been a dream come true.
Yo, he was so bad.
This was the worst dream I've ever seen in my life, bro. I was so aggravated. Let's get on with the show, though.
I'm sorry.
Football.
Shit was
Let's
solid,
talk
man.
about DeAndre Hopkins. Now, he visited 2 teams, the New England Patriots and the Tennessee Titans. With the Patriots, the visit went well. He took a picture with Matt Judon.
Facts.
We know the connection with Bill Belichick is there after a Cardinals and Patriots game where the Patriots won. DHop told Bill Belichick he loves him, and Bill O'Brien is the coach there. But Tennessee, there's also some connections there because Mike Vrabel was a coach in Houston when Hopkins was there. So looking at these 2 spots, the Patriots and Titans, what spot is a better one for him?
It's got to be New England.
Gotta be.
I look at Tennessee. I
the-
just don't like that
The
roster.
division stinks, though, with Tennessee, though.
Very valid point. I don't disagree there. You look at New England. Obviously, they're in arguably the best division in
That's a tough
sports. In the NFL, excuse me. But I just look at this team top to bottom. The defense is solid. The pass rush is all right, of course, Judon. But at the same time, I look at their offense. They're really that star piece away on the receiving side of things. Ramondre Stevenson is primed for another great season. He's a great rusher, great receiving back. He's going to continue to thrive. Offensive line solid for sure. Mac Jones needs that reliable option. They brought in Juju Smith-Schuster. I think Juju is best fitted as a number 2. We saw it in Kansas City. We thought that would really boost him up. Didn't really do that. It was really a receiver by committee. He was just one of those guys to do a job, and I think that he'll continue to do so, especially when you're opposite side DeAndre Hopkins. We've seen what Juju Smith-Schuster can do when you have that alpha next to you. That's Antonio Brown. It showed in 2 of Juju's best seasons by far statistically. But, of course, I just really mean it in the sense of Mac Jones needs weapons that he can trust. And they've done a good job of trying to do that, bringing in Tyquan Thornton last year with the second-round pick. That's another guy that's getting some hype behind him. I'm very intrigued to see how they incorporate him in this offense, given the fact that he ran the fastest 40 time last year. That's what's the highlight of his skill set. He's one of the fastest guys. He's probably the fastest guy on their team. Really excited to see how they put him out. It's more importantly, how O'Brien will incorporate him into the offense. But I think DHop has a better chance to win more ball games with the Patriots because, of course, Bill Belichick's their head coach. O'Brien has been proven to call some solid offensive schemes. The defense is proven as long as Bill Belichick's there. I think DeAndre Hopkins and the Patriots are better for the fact that the Titans, their roster's all over the place. Defense wasn't great. Their secondary wasn't great. Offensive line's not good anymore. Derrick Henry's aging, but he is Derrick Henry. You give him that respect. Tannehill is it's seeming as if he's towards the back half of his career. I just look at the Titans. That's not an intriguing spot for me. The Patriots have shown life. Last year, they showed some life, even though we weren't expecting that. The year before that, with a rookie quarterback in Mac Jones, they were able to make the playoffs. It's just one of those teams that if D-Hop goes there, we start giving them the respect they deserve.
I think I might disagree with you.
Okay.
I think Vrabel gets the best out of his guys with Tennessee.
Don't disagree there
I
at
think
all.
when you look at the division, it's just the Jaguars, and I don't want to disrespect the Texans too much, but they're still in the rebuild. They're still really young. You know, I think with and the Colts are also another team that's still young. They got a rookie quarterback. I think Tannehill is still a good quarterback. I think Derrick Henry, when healthy, can still be a dominant force. I think they have Trey Burks. He can have a breakout year.
This year, man.
If you're looking at these two teams, both teams aren't really ideal situations, but just specifically talking about these two teams, I think with the Patriots, you know, Mac Jones is probably really good. He's probably better than Tannehill maybe at this point. But I'm looking at it like you have Miami. You have the Bills. You have the Jets. Even D-Hop coming in. Are you on the same level as those 3 teams? Probably not. But if you look at going to Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill can still give you a really good year. Derrick Henry, and if healthy, can still give you a really good year. Like I said, Vrabel gets the best out of his guys. He gets the best out of that defense and the best out of that offense. If I'm looking at this situation, I think just for this year coming up, I think Tennessee would be the ideal option to win just because of the fact that the division is weaker. And on top of that, you got Vrabel, you got Ryan Tannehill, who's a veteran quarterback, and then you got Derrick Henry.
But before you guys go real quick, who are you expecting to win the South? Jacksonville,
The Jags.
right? I think regardless of D-Hop going to Tennessee, you're still left with the idea that the Jaguars are going to win that division.
I think
AFC
Tennessee
East
is more
is the
likely
same.
to win their division than the Patriots coming second in
I
theirs.
say this, you guys getting Rodgers changes the landscape of your division. Obviously, there's a way higher expectation. You guys aren't finishing 4th again in the division like you did last year.
Hope not.
You probably won't lose both games to the Patriots.
God willing.
But the Patriots last year were still able to be resilient the whole season, finish a spot ahead of you guys in the division. Understanding that the AFC is extremely talented, there's still that idea that it's possible to make the wild card. We saw it 2 years ago where the Steelers were able to sneak in with that 9-8 record and make the 7th seed. It's
Don't you
tough.
think the path to sorry to cut you off?
No,
Don't you
all
think the
good, man. I
path to
spoke a lot.
second place is easier in the South than it is in the East?
I think it'll be easier, but I don't think that it'll still result in them making the playoffs. I look at the team as a whole. It's more likely to me that the Patriots make a wild card as opposed to the Titans.
Oh, I disagree.
The Titans team is not that good.
I think Tennessee
the
is more
defense
likely.
really is bad.
I think Tennessee is more likely to
Listen,
win a division.
I let you stop. The defense is not bad.
The
bro.
secondary was what, 30th last year?
They're the 14th ranked defense in the NFL. They're not bad.
The secondary was
And-
30th. Am I wrong?
The secondary, we can check those numbers. I don't know off the top of my head, but I look at the roster on paper, and I don't think it's a bad defense. Jeffrey Simmons is one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
Of course.
He just got paid. Danico Autry is a very good player, too. Harold Lane just coming back from injury. That's going to boost up their defense, and losing him last year was a big-time loss. And I think they really made 2 key additions on a defense that,
I lied.
you know, they aren't
31st.
they aren't big-time names. They aren't names that pop out at you, but Azeez Al-Shaair and Arden Key are 2 guys on defense that are really good and help this team a lot. The secondary isn't that good, but most of it has to do with the injuries they suffered. This past season, in 2022, they were top 5 in most games missed by injured players and health protocols. They were actually number 1 with 339. Second was Denver. Third was Arizona. Fourth was the Saints. And then fifth was Seattle. They've had the injury bug, and Mike Vrabel still has them playing at a high level.
One of the best coaches in the game.
I remember they faced the Chiefs this past year. The Chiefs beat them 20-17. They had to go into overtime, and that was with the Titans playing with no quarterback. That was Malik Willis having one play that went for 50-plus yards, and after that, he couldn't buy a completion. So I look at the Titans, and they have a steady roster. They have good quarterback play, and Treylon Burks is the guy who was a first-round pick last year. He should be better. But the guy I'm looking at on this roster is going to break out is Chige. Chige is going to be a premier tight end in the league for sure. Derrick Henry's still a top 5 running back. And if you add DHop to this team, they could make the playoffs. I don't know. I would still not put them favorites with Jacksonville over Jacksonville, but Jacksonville's team offensively will be great. Defensively, they will be tested because they lost some pieces defensively, and they're counting on a lot of young players to develop. So am I totally balled in on Jacksonville's defense? I'm not. I think Tennessee has a chance to be better than them defensively. And the secondary, listen, ranking-wise, it wasn't very good, but Christian Fulton is a good corner. Roger McCreary was a rookie last year, had some growing pains, and their safety duo is still very good in Amani Hooker and Kevin Byard. I think that bringing back Harold Landry, getting Arden Key to pass rush off the edge, they're gonna relieve pressure off the secondary, and they'll be better. So I think the Titans are a great spot. I think it's close though because New England is good. They're two steady teams, but right now, I do trust Mike Vrabel's coaching more than Belichick. It's crazy to say. I know Bill Belichick is going to go down as an all-time great head coach. He is, but Mike Vrabel, since he's been with the Titans, they have not been a laughingstock. Every year has been 9 wins or more. Every year it's been very competitive.
But does that mean that he's still better than Bill?
Well, he faced him in the playoffs, and he outcoached Bill.
I guess.
That was with Brady, right?
Yeah, he did. But I'm not going to use that as he's been better than Bill.
I think in the last 2-3 seasons, if you look at both their rosters, I think Mike Vrabel's been able to get a little bit more out of his.
That's fair.
Again, rookie quarterback was still able to put a decent year together, still make the playoffs. Disappointing round 1. They got smoked by the Bills, but to make it in the playoffs in the first place was impressive. Yeah. Last year, we thought that team, roster-wise, was horrendous. Pats. And they still were able to, not that they weren't this great team, but they overachieved.
But
7 games.
Are you not putting the division into play that the Pats have 3 other teams that are one of the best teams in the league?
You're so right about that. I'm not going to
disagree. They haven't beat Josh Allen.
That's one of those.
Miami's a tough one. The Jets they've beaten, but I think that changes this year.
They beat Josh Allen. They beat him in that cold weather game. But
that was a minute ago. So
Mac Jones had like 5 attempts.
The Jets can't beat him. I think this year that'll change.
Yeah, that would change.
Well, the way I look at it is
Miami. They can't beat Miami. Miami can't lose to the Pats.
I think the Patriots' biggest flaw last year was I looked at the roster and I said they don't have receivers.
Agreed.
The best one was Jacoby Myers, and I think
lost him.
He's better than Juju. And Juju's right now coming off an ankle injury.
I agree. Yeah.
And Juju, I'm not sure what we're gonna get from him.
Are you ready for Taekwon?
I'm not buying any stock into him for sure.
Wait and see.
Hey, listen, this is your time to buy stock.
Keyshawn Boutte has been having a rough camp for sure.
Man.
Oh, as expected. As expected.
Come on, bro. Taekwon.
That was your guy?
On the wave.
Nah, but he was just someone at LSU. His freshman year, he was great, and he was projected to be the number 1 receiver in this class.
Let me see what Mojo has.
Fell off OD.
But the Patriots were never a team that I looked at, and I thought they're going to be horrible. They were going to stick around in games, but they weren't able. They were going to be able to win them because they don't have enough offensive firepower, and that's where DHop helps. But I look at Tennessee, and I just like the team more. And you can say that.
Oh, so close.
You can say that it's impressive that Bill Belichick got to the playoffs with the rookie Mac Jones.
8-9 last year. That's not bad.
That's good. Yeah.
That they got to the playoffs with rookie Mac Jones, but I saw Mike Vrabel revive Tannehill's career.
He did.
Tannehill got $30 million because of him.
The number 1
$5.
There's never been a time to invest on Taekwon more than it is right now.
$5
You're not buying any stock? $5? Are you kidding me?
$5. Maybe buy a couple shares.
Taekwon
might as well, right?
He's your only
Flash?
McDonald's
I think what's better.
Exactly.
I think what's better is that look at that price and look at the players above or below him.
All right, I would happily do that.
Because the price alone is not a lot, of course.
Let's be honest, $5. I mean, we're looking at fourth stringers.
Yeah, I mean, Brock Purdy's $8, so let's you gotta be mindful.
Quarterbacks, different price range.
Gotta be mindful. Brock Purdy, one of the GOATs.
Greatest ever.
You guys being really nice with these two teams. This is a mid-off. Neither of the teams are very good. They're they're built the same, if we're being honest. I mean, these are two teams that have game manager quarterbacks, defensive mind head coaches that I feel
Vrabel's
like
offensive.
He was defensive.
He was a defensive player, but he's an offensive coach. Yeah, I know it's weird.
But all his, he was the linebackers coach, defensive line coach, defensive coordinator.
I know, but he was like calling plays and installing the offense for them. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's a weird fact I found out too.
Okay, but regardless, I think his best spot actually is with the Patriots, and I don't want him to go to New England. I really don't want to go to either spot. I don't want to go to New England because I don't want him in my division. I don't want him to go to Tennessee because I want Treylon to have that wide receiver one spot. He's having a great camp. There was actually a report that he wasn't able to make it to training camp day one. He had to hire a personal flight to get it there. He was on like some propeller plane. It was pretty nuts. But I think a lot of this has kind of stemmed from, or at least the New England side. I feel like there's a lot of negative buzz around New England and Mac Jones. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with maybe coming out of Alabama. Everyone kind of knew what Mac Jones was. He was a high floor, low ceiling quarterback. And that's what he's been in the NFL, right? His rookie year, he came out sensational. 67% of his passes he completed, 3,800 yards, 22 touchdowns, 13 picks. Went to the playoffs, got smoked, but went to the playoffs. And he made a Pro Bowl if you care about that. But I think his year two, the amount he struggled, people are overblowing it. I think there was a few reasons why he struggled. Number one, he was injured. He had a high ankle sprain that he missed 2 or 3 games from. He came back. Obviously, he's not a mobile quarterback, but no matter what, if you have a high ankle sprain, it's going to impact you throwing the ball. You're using your legs to throw, using your feet. His 2 offensive coaches, we could talk about Bill Belichick all we want. He put Mac Jones with Joe Judge and Matt Patricia last year as his really key offensive coordinators. He was setting up Mac Jones to fail. So Mac Jones had these injuries. He had terrible offensive coordinators, offensive play callers, and then they had this weird midseason Bailey Zappi, is he the franchise quarterback thing when he had one good game against it was Green Bay, I want to say.
Remember that moment. It was
fun. And it was really strange. So Mac Jones has had all of these kind of weird situations happen to him in his year two that I think we forget. Mac Jones is a pretty good quarterback. I don't think he's that far off from a guy like a Derek Carr or a guy like Kirk Cousins. I know he hasn't had the numbers to do it, but I think as his career progresses, it's not going to surprise me if he has a 4,000-yard season. It's not going to surprise me if he has 30-plus touchdowns. So I think for DHop, while I agree Tannehill is on the backside of his career, I think DHop already has that connection with Bill Belichick, too. You see them like all the time before and after games. They're dapping up. They're hugging, talking to each other. There's that clip on NFL films going out there. And this season, I think Mac Jones is not going to have any of that bullshit behind him. There was a report saying that there's been no competition at all between Zappi and Mac Jones. Mac Jones taking all the number one snaps. He looks by far the better quarterback. So I think people are going to be a bit surprised, Mac Jones this season. If he gets DeAndre Hopkins, I think he could definitely, go back to that rookie year where he was probably a top 14, 15 quarterback, which is very difficult for any quarterback to come in his rookie season and do.
Did you say that Zappi was taking first team snaps?
No, all Mac.
Oh, okay.
All Mac.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Right decision.
Yeah, that's how it should be. There should be no controversy at all. Understand that Mac Jones is the better quarterback, plain and simple. And you draft him in the first round to be your future. As long as you put pieces around him, he should be more than fine.
Yeah, I mean, his rookie year, he did not have weapons. It was Jacoby Myers. That was Ramondre's breakout year. Even still, it was like second half.
And last year, Hunter Henry, was that the year that he had a lot of touchdowns? Or was that 2 years ago?
I think that was 2 years ago. Yeah, Hunter Henry, like 10-plus touchdowns. Because that was the year they signed Hunter Henry and Jonnu.
The Titans last year were bottom 25 pass defense, but they were the first ranked rush defense.
That's why
they were boosted
sure.
up.
No doubt.
It middled out.
I mean, still to be first, that's impressive. I'm not going to knock that at all.
That's why, if they get healthy, they can be a better defense, I think. But you're right. It is a battle of the mid, and I don't think whatever team D-Hop goes to, it's not going to be a legit playoff threat.
I think either way, he'll have a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
He wants
a deal similar to
I know.
OBJ.
He wants Odell. I don't know if he wants.
Denver.
Odell was 2 years. Was it or was it 1? Do you remember?
It was 2 years.
It was 2 years. I think he'll get a 1-year deal, but maybe he gets because Odell got like 18 a year.
Oh my bad. Oh my goodness.
What?
Let me look at the contract.
Okay, here we go.
Odell?
Yeah.
I thought it was 2 years.
I thought it was 16. Something
16
like I think 16 a year though.
I think that's a pretty firm contract.
It can reach up to $18 million.
Okay.
The incentives?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and it.
DHop is way better.
DHop to the Broncos. Are we entertaining that?
Do you have money?
We can make it happen.
I'd entertain it. That would be sweet. I'll be honest.
It's a 1 year, $15 million deal with $3 million in
15.
incentives.
1 year, okay.
That sounds about
So
right.
up to
D-Hop
18 mil.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
So D-Hop is looking for a 1 year deal.
Because when he plays, he's still top 10 receiver in
Get him to
football.
Denver.
He just
I'm surprised he's not even entertaining the Bills, the Chiefs. I know they
I
don't
don't
have the
think they have
money.
money, yeah.
That's probably
but-
why. That's the only reason
But
why.
D-Hop's made plenty of money throughout his career, you know? Like, you could, at that one chance, get your ring.
I'll be upset if we choose Dalvin over DHop for sure.
You're definitely more interested in Dalvin than D-Hop.
I know,
Yeah,
and that's
for
why I
sure.
say that out loud.
You need it. You need a running back more than a receiver.
I'm fine with Piron being the guy until Javante's ready.
Yeah.
Well, Dalvin does
Piron's
nothing
not
for
much of a rusher, though.
He does. D-Hop will do something. He'll
D-Hop
change
is a
your
dog
offense.
still.
That's no.
Like he'll change it.
Are you
Dalvin
kidding?
would just
Dalvin?
be.
Just come to Philly, man. You really want to win.
Who?
D-Hop.
Can we stop the
You don't
chatter?
have enough fucking weapons,
Hey,
bro.
listen, the more the merrier. You see the Warriors, KD. More the merrier, man.
Your draft was you adding the more the merrier.
And then we get.
And then you fucked it up.
D-Hop, you really want to win.
How?
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the Warriors.
Oh no.
If you look at the Patriots offense, it's Mac Jones,
The
Ramondre,
lips.
Juju, Devontae Parker, Hunter
Some
Henry,
lips.
and Mike Gesicki.
Don't forget his
and
name.
real specific.
The Titans is
Don't-
Tannehill.
Don't forget Tyquan Thornton, bro. I'm telling you.
He got hurt
Tyquan
last year, right?
Thornton.
He got hurt for the first 6 weeks, and then
Yeah.
he came in. He was kind of nice.
He had a couple catches.
So let me ask you.
Oh,
if
I
they
also
get,
meant to tell you this. Here we go, because you wanted to know the receivers ahead and below him.
Let's hear it.
Send me 3 ahead, 3 below.
Okay, Jaden Reed,
Rookie.
Rasheed Rice,
Rookie.
Below or
Darius
ahead?
Slayton. They're above.
Mid.
Darius Slade?
Darius Slayton.
Cooked.
KJ Osborne under him, who's someone who deserves
Solid.
respect. Joshua Palmer, Jalen Hyatt.
Your guy. Working
So
with the threes.
okay,
I might buy
if,
stock and Hyatt.
$5 is a good price.
am I going to be surprised if Tyquan Thornton is Darius Slayton or that tier of receiver?
Nah.
Is that kind of what he's supposed to be?
That's not a crazy bar to clear.
No. It's not insane.
Battle
but,
of the mid-offs at this
no,
point.
but no, I think Tyquan will be very good.
Because I look at that and I'm like, how much can
Yours
this
have
price
Patriots,
raise
guys.
up?
Ramondre,
How much can it
Tyquan.
Was I
rise?
right about
You
Ramondre
were
or was I
about
right?
Ramondre facts. I was
Ramondre had
surprised.
no
He was
competition
ass
at
in
the
college.
position, though.
Huh?
Ramondre had no
No,
competition
he
at
had
the
Damian
position.
Harris.
Damian Harris was a fumble machine.
But he had
He
14,
was great, though.
15
But
touchdowns
I
one
think-
season.
Listen, anybody that saw the Patriots, Ramondre's rookie year, knew that it was going to be his backfield soon.
Eventually,
That's
yes.
obvious.
The real new.
Eventually.
But you
You
look
are
at the
unreal.
Patriots,
I was out on him as a prospect, but when I saw him his preseason, I was like, this is a different player.
I love him.
Juju, Devontae Parker, if they get D-Hop, I don't see Tyquan Thornton getting a lot of
Devontae
snaps.
Parker's mid.
He is
Shit.
very mid.
He's
gone.
mid,
He's gone.
but
if
he's
they get
definitely
D-Hop.
look. What's his price compared to Tyquan Thornton's?
I mean, Devontae also did
I am
have.
shorting the
a
hell
lot
out of Devontae.
Yeah.
Fuck
Good
that.
idea.
All I'm saying is Tyquan Thornton. I don't think he's gonna rise up exponentially.
He's $5 more than he is.
$10. That's nuts. He's really living off that 1 year in Miami,
It
huh?
was a really
And
nice
all
year.
because Ryan Fitzpatrick said, "Oh, Parker's down there somewhere."
Hey, if you actually watched the highlights of the year, fire.
No, he was
yeah.
OD.
Yeah.
He was OD.
Fire.
He can't separate, but his catch in traffic is
just do it up.
insane.
It's just
so,
caught-
so they're getting the 10 times better Devontae Parker in
Tyquan?
DeAndre Hopkins. No,
Oh, Hopkins. Oh.
DeAndre
I was gonna
Hopkins.
say.
And then that change of pace, obviously the burner
Wait,
type.
D-Hop 10 times?
Gadget guy. Oh, he's
he's
a million.
40, 50.
Yeah.
He's
I'm sorry, I'm just not buying in the 247 yards as a rookie guy.
He also missed a lot of time, and he was a
He
rookie.
played 9 games.
He showed some flashes here and there.
Can you
He
look
missed
up,
almost half the season.
He played 247 yards in 9 games.
Can
Is
you-
not good
No,
either.
I mean, he's a rookie.
Can you look up Jahan Dotson?
Yeah, I got you.
That's my guy.
He's probably like Devontae Parker. He's probably like
He's
13.
12-27.
and given
That's
the
my
Patriots' history at
Aquaman.
wide receiver, I mean,
It's not great.
we're just
Hey, Julian Edelman.
we're just talking about Tyquan Thornton because of his
Got
40
slot
time.
receivers, yeah. Slot
No, but
wide
that's really
receivers.
what
They
it
have
is.
success
I agree.
with,
He has decent size.
Slot
too.
wide receivers.
He's like
Just
5'8".
saying.
though.
And traded for Randy Moss. That
No,
helps.
but
Glad
he's
you said I.
5'8", is he? No, he's 6'2".
Wes Welker?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
Tyquan's
6'2"?
big.
I was about to
He's
say.
big.
No,
He's
you
big
said
and fast.
5'8". I'm just like, what the fuck?
No, I thought he was
Big
shorter.
and fast.
No, he's
Are
6'2",
you
for
thinking
sure.
of Rondale Moore?
That is who he's thinking
Nah,
of.
5'8".
No, that's who
Rondell
you're
Moore,
thinking.
5'7".
Rondell Moore's another one though that was your guy.
He was very low key. my guy.
That was guy.
After the catch, he's just too short
think
to be
that's
a
who you
receiver. He needs to be like a
accidentally
scat
missed.
back
Are you a
type.
fraudulent
Rondell,
scat?
because he's
scouter?
5'8". And
Fa-
he's fast
Scott-
as
I
shit.
wasn't
Scouter?
thinking about
Yeah.
him.
Oh, I wasn't insanely high on Rondell. I was just like, there's a chance he could be good, but he's just too short, man. He wasn't like my top
All I'm
5
saying that
receivers or
if
anything, no.
Tyquan has an amazing season,
Okay, I would be shocked too.
I would be shocked.
I would be shocked too.
You shouldn't say that. Just
But if
ride
he
with
could
the
put up
wave.
600-700 yards,
amazing.
you take that as a W.
I definitely think that he'll show
He has a role.
versatility, like
He's-
strong
he's their
versatility.
only deep threat on that team.
That and obviously they'll give him the ball out of the backfield like we saw sometimes.
So what's
last
your
week.
expectation? Then?
I'm in terms of jet sweep.
600-700.
700.
You'd be thrilled if he has 700 yards.
What's his
That's a
ceiling?
great
Gabe
season.
Davis?
Gabe Davis is not a bad comp.
No.
That
I don't
isn't
know.
bad.
I really don't
Like
know.
he,
I feel like Davis is more
trying to
physical than him.
the
He
thing
is
is,
a
there's
But he's also just old.
Gabe
it's
is
tough.
big as
There's
hell,
not
bro.
many players like him in the league right now in terms of his build. No 6'2", no 4'2", 2'8" burners. Like people like him, really, there aren't that many.
He's rare.
For sure.
Unicorn.
For sure.
So he should be elite. That's what
Unicorn
you said.
strong, obviously.
We're
No,
talking like Kevin White.
He's gassing it,
That's
yeah.
fine.
No, you said there's
Well,
not
he's
many
6
guys.
no,
He's rare.
We're talking about Taekwondo Thorne being rare.
Yeah,
Are we
no.
serious?
no, but the
what he
6'2",
said.
4'2",
He
8 is
got
The
amazing.
size
described-
speed
come
combo.
on.
I know
He
what he's saying.
described
I know what
rare.
he's
Yeah,
saying.
can you guys just like break
You
it
just-
down for a second? I'm talking to this
Oh,
guy
yeah,
over
I
here.
just-
Let's
I just
not
saw.
I'm
exaggerate
sorry. It's
everything
just
that I'm saying.
Taekwondo rare. It's knocking me off my boots.
You can like physically, you can be rare, but not be
Good,
talent-wise rare.
I just don't buy into players that have
Nah,
the
but
main
DK's
skill
both.
set just being
That's what it-
speed,
Yeah.
and everywhere else is just not polished. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
Taekwondo Thorne rose in the draft because of the 40 time. It
Agreed,
wasn't
for
even because
sure.
of his college
I'm not
production.
disagreeing.
So that's why for me, I don't historically those guys don't pan out. That's all I'm saying.
He's gonna have a role on the Patriots.
Yeah, he'll have a role, but like
Like if you want to mention Devontae Parker, come on, you could just throw him a bone.
He
I
could,
feel like Devontae would probably have the same amount of snaps as him.
If
last
they
year.
get DHop,
Yes.
oh, don't think that. I don't think so.
I think
Juju's
they're
gonna play in
gonna
a
they're
slot.
gonna push for Taekwondo to play more because they just used a second, third round pick on him last
And they've
year.
already been chatting about him being the guy that they're trying
That
to
shit happens to
incorporate into
N'Keal
the
Harry,
offense more.
and he ain't getting nothing.
But he
was-
got
no.
opportunity at least.
Yeah, he did.
That's all you
And
asked
also, it
for
was
is
the Cam
opportunity.
Newton stamp, like, hey, that's my guy. Nikhil's like that.
I don't know. I gotta see it. I gotta
Yeah,
see it.
listen. I'm not putting my bank in
Listen,
Taekwondo.
if he has
but he's
Paris
got potential.
Campbell,
$5?
if he has Paris Campbell numbers,
Then
talking.
then you start
Well,
to.
yeah, that's. I mean,
What's
Paris
Per-
can put up
what's
that's
600.
that's exactly it.
what's
can put up
Paris
600 last
what's
year, right?
Paris Campbell's price on
Price?
Mojo right now? Yeah, just check it out.
He's been an integral part for the Giants' offense and training.
Yeah, he's gonna be huge.
339.
crazy.
This is another guy that you might want to invest
You
in.
see,
339.
Taekwondo
I
Thorne,
like
Damn.
that. I like that.
that's a better one for me. But he gets injured all the
$5.
time.
He does.
$5.
does.
Come on, relax.
339.
Relax.
Paris
There's just
Campbell's
better
hilarious.
investments than that.
Like who?
Pacheco, I think, costs around that.
Let's see. But running backs are hard to rise in
yeah.
price. I agree
Pacheco
with you.
rose.
Pacheco's a-
He did. Yeah, I mean, he went
Yeah.
from he was a
He costs
undrafted
more than
7th round pick.
Taekwondo, rightfully
How
so.
much is he?
663 though.
Look at him and look how much he rose in a year.
Yeah, he went from a 7th round pick to on the Super Bowl team starting.
Yeah,
Rutgers,
he
shout
rose
out.
a lot.
Come on, Mojo.
I think
love.
he rose like I think Pacheco rose like 485%. Yeah,
I mean, he was a guy
Or
that you don't
1,000,
know
I
if he's gonna
think.
make the roster. So they probably didn't even have him
In
when he
one
fucking got
year.
drafted.
345%.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's incredible.
for me, at that price at least, I look at those type of risers.
Oh, you-
Taekwondo Thorne will
How
rise
many
very
of those
minimally
exist
for me.
like that
Yeah,
though?
none.
They do.
How many
You're
of them
like
exist,
like a
though?
couple a year.
Well, this past season it was Brock Purdy.
Purdy,
It was
Pacheco.
Pacheco.
going.
Yeah.
I would have to sit down and look at a
I
list.
know, but
You
like
gotta
off
think
the
of
top,
like
it's
breakout
so
running
tough.
backs or something.
Chige definitely went up too.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but not. I doubt went up like 300.
No. He didn't went up. He didn't go 300%, but he went up for
Yeah,
sure.
I like
Njoku went up a little bit too.
the Titans got
Tua
some
went
free,
from 29 to
some
over
free-
$40.
Yeah,
you know,
he went up
pass
a lot.
catchers.
Jalen Hurts is
Jalen
another
Hurts
one
went
that
up a
went
lot.
up
Back, he
crazy.
went up OD.
Yeah.
But 300%, you got to be at nothing. Like
But I'm
Pacheco's
just saying,
probably
I'm just
cents,
saying, like,
you know?
am I gonna invest in Taekwondo Thorne or I'm gonna invest in
We are having a Taekwondo
Khalil Herbert?
discussion.
I don't know.
Hey, listen, it's the off season. Let's have some fun and talk about Taekwondo Thorne. Is that all right with you?
Like,
bro?
what do you
That's
think,
good. That's probably
Dehls?
the only time.
Like, Dehls, what do you think? Am I gonna
You're right.
invest? Am
Until
I
he turns up
investing
and
in?
you're wrong. And
Am I investing in
big
Taekwondo
bro.
Thorne or am I investing in Roshan Johnson?
Oh, well, you know, I like
I like
Roshan too.
Roshan.
I like Roshan.
I like
more than
Roshan.
Taekwondo.
I'm just saying.
But
I'm
there's a
not.
clearer path, I think, for Roshan because he could be the starter. I know you love Khalil Herbert. Roshan could be the starter.
I love Roshan too. I wouldn't be mad at it.
I mean, he was your RB2.
Yeah,
Nuts.
Roshan is my guy.
Nuts.
Yeah, Roshan is like
over
that.
Jahmyr Gibbs is criminal.
We'll see in time. Maybe right now you
Jahmyr
might.
Gibbs was selected 12 over.
Who
Bust
cares?
happen.
There's a lot of players that are drafted higher.
Yeah, Trent Richardson.
Zach Wilson was second pick. Brock Purdy was the last pick.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy has been statistically better.
Let me
But
ask
you
a
told me
question.
if Zach Wilson went to the Niners, he was Hall of Famer.
It's a shame.
Let's waste this. Let's just waste some time right now. Let's say Brock Purdy was the Jets' number 2 selection overall. That'd be better than Zach Wilson.
Probably not. Probably not.
He would be horrible. with this.
He might be better. He might be better. He might be better.
Better decision maker.
Yeah, I don't know why I said
He's not
no.
an idiot.
Nah, bro, you both did.
Yeah, at first I said no, but
Respect him, bro, please.
yeah.
Respect what?
Brock's not going around throwing shit like this.
Yeah.
Bro. He's not
I'm having
doing all
the
that,
time
bro.
of
He's
my
just
life
doing. He would
today.
just go out there and do his job.
Yeah, and if
Zach
he-
Wilson sometimes tries to do everyone's
he
job.
doesn't
Just
have
stop
nothing,
disrespecting
he'll-
Zach Wilson.
It's my backup, right? I mean,
when Brock has nothing to
are
throw
we
that
keeping
bounds.
a third quarterback? Do we have still Flacco, right? Is he gonna be the third string?
I don't even know
Your
if he's on the
second string
team.
is the
Bro,
worst second string
Strevler.
in the league.
Strevler, I don't know if we
You have the worst second
I
string in
don't
the
have
league. Your quarterback.
Probably.
Yeah,
Oh.
100%.
Yeah.
Bring Mike White back.
Broncos might have the
He's
best.
on the Dolphins.
Broncos might have the best
Yeah.
backup.
Do you have enough?
Oh my God, I just had his name.
Wherever Gardner Minshew is, he's probably
Stidham.
the second best backup.
Oh, right. Minshew factor.
Gardner
Minshew, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably the second.
He's not on you guys anymore.
Mike White
Let
is
him go.
definitely one of the best backups.
Relax.
With all due respect.
Is Zach Wilson the top third stringer?
Third string has
That's
got
cutting it
lock.
cut.
He'd be number one.
Is that
Teddy Bridgewater.
It's number one third
second
stringer.
stringer? He's a second stringer.
Gotta be number one something.
That's nuts, by the way. Number one third stringer. He's not good
Hopefully
at
he
practice.
figures it out.
Christian Watson went up a lot.
Facts.
If you bought the dip, because there was a dip with him.
Yeah, because bro was dropping pass after pass.
week one was
He was
tough.
just injured, really.
Uh-huh.
But you're right. He was dropping passes.
And then became a goat.
hmm He was somebody that rose up a lot throughout the course of the season.
You saw that Jair interview
Christian
with
Watson
Jordan
was
Love.
a second rounder too, though.
Yeah. But he had a way better rookie season. than
Way
Tyquan.
better.
Yeah.
He also was playing with Rodgers.
I just don't trust the ability of the Patriots to scout and develop receivers.
You're not an O'Brien guy?
Bill O'Brien
To
guy?
develop.
Look, he's a good coach.
That's what I know.
Yes.
I know you like O'Brien.
I'm not sure his track record with receivers. I'm
Uh-huh.
not sure.
Got it.
I don't know what
Nah,
it
Got a
is.
lot of D-Hop and Fuller. Got a lot out of them.
Yo, Fuller was like that,
I mean,
man.
D-Hop
It's a
was
shame.
D-Hop, but Fuller.
Like, for example,
Yeah,
am I
was
going
nuts.
to invest in Tyquan Thorne for $5 or Romeo Dobbs for $4.38?
Yeah, give me Tyquan Thorne.
Toss up.
Are you what?
Toss up.
What's Romeo Dobbs?
Mid.
He had a great preseason.
Y'all are gonna see. What's
He's
up,
good
Romeo
against Tampa
Dobbs.
Bay, right? Was it
See,
Tampa Bay
look,
game
see
he
the
was
way
good?
that I just spoke about Romeo Dobbs. That's the way that he's talking about Tyquan. It's not nice. It's not nice. That's all
Romeo
I'm
Dobbs
saying.
is better than Tyquan.
Oh my God.
He's better. Sorry to break
What
it.
else?
Romeo Dobbs is good.
Tomato.
No,
It is
no,
tomato.
it's not tomato. It is not. Romeo Dobbs is gonna shock you guys.
And
He
Tyquan
is.
Thorne's going to shock you.
Do I smell
No,
a
I
bet?
don't.
And well, then I'm
going to
say no about Romeo
I
Dobbs.
smell the receiving
First better
yards.
than
bet.
NFL?
All right, more yards this year.
Let's
Done.
do it.
You
All
want me to steal
purpose.
your money?
All purpose.
All purpose.
All
All
purpose.
purpose.
All purpose is nuts.
Give me a minute.
How many rush attempts did Tyquan have last year?
That's a good
I'd
question.
be shocked if he had
He
more.
had 3
Really?
attempts.
I would say I was
It's
shocked
all
if he had more than
purpose.
10.
All right, done.
He took the whole purpose. So what's the?
Because Tyquan's not gonna get more than 10 carries.
Yeah, I
bro.
would say there's no way he had a ton.
Like,
Watch, he's gonna have like 180-yard rush. That's just gonna fucking
It's really
cement
how,
it.
that's how I'd be for real.
Yeah,
Listen, over 5 yards of carry and a tutty.
we might be talking about kick return yards for these guys more than receiving yards.
And also yards per catch,
It's probably nuts.
over 11.
Oh, that's solid.
You're really sleeping on Romeo Dobbs.
And you're really sleeping on
I don't
Tyquan.
expect this from Dehls.
I'm
know.
not, I'm not sleeping on Dobbs. You're just
They're
disrespecting
both fine,
Tyquan.
but like,
Bro, what? Romeo Dobbs versus Tyquan. That's an easy.
but
That's
after
an
the
easy call.
preseason, what did Dobbs like? He was getting OD hype in the preseason.
He had 430 yards.
Okay.
He didn't play much. He
Wow.
got injured. He was injured the entire year.
Wow.
How many games did he play?
Let me check.
If he played more than 9, I need an
Nuts.
apology right now.
Nuts.
He was good against
He
Tampa
played.
Bay.
He started 7.
How many did
400
he
is
play?
good.
He played 13.
Okay, you lost me. How many games did my boy Tyquan start? 9?
Tyquan started 9 and played 13.
Oh, so they both stink.
Tyquan played in 13 facts. No, did he?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. He started in 9 games and played in 13. Both of them played 13 games. Romeo Dobbs had
That Tampa
425
Bay game,
yards.
yeah, he was 8 for 73 and a touchdown. He didn't do a ton.
He missed the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, Romeo missed 4 games, and there was one game where he played 89% of the snaps just to get a catch.
It's all right. Once D-Hop comes to town and the field opens up for my boy Tyquan, it's about to be lit.
The Packers just
Ready for a light show.
It's just more opportunity. Christian Watson, and then the second receiver there is Romeo Dobbs. It is.
Jaden Reed got
I
drafted.
was gonna say.
Yeah, he got Jaden Reed's
Think
there.
about that,
but
bro.
Second
Think about how
round pick?
little that they trusted Romeo Dobbs. They're like, you know what, bro? We gotta get a
Drafted
safety
tight
net.
end too.
They just need
We
another
gotta-
receiver.
We gotta get a safety net, bro. We can't trust Romeo.
They just didn't have enough receiving
He's
depth.
a little
They
injury
really
prone.
They didn't. They needed to draft the receiver.
Yeah.
Thought they were they the one? Were they in position to draft Jason?
I just hope you know this wide receiver 2
Yes,
debate
they passed on him.
versus wide receiver 5 is not going to end well.
Took
Nah,
Lucas Van
Tyquan's
Ness.
easily wide receiver 3,
Maybe. I don't know.
and with Devontae Parker, I would
What a
argue he's
sleeper
wide
going.
receiver 2 because Devontae
He started
Parker's
9
so
games
good.
and had 50-something yards.
I'm with
Actually
you.
really disgusting.
I'm with you. No, it wasn't good, but at the same time, the offense as a whole was very run
Dobbs had
heavy.
one rushing attempt too, 11 yards. There we go.
On purpose. It's going to be a goodie.
It's all right. Taekwondo throw and breakout.
Pick us out, me. Make sure you get this.
This the first bet of the NFL
How much
season.
did we put on it?
I don't know. We didn't even
a
say
number.
it.
You just
You
kind
want
of
to just put COM 20?
COM 20. Yeah, let's please not go crazy on Taekwondo throwing
Not
versus
for me.
Romeo Dobbs. But like,
Romeo Dobbs.
It's a middle.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
20
$20.
beans.
That's fine.
All right.
one of them is gonna get like 50 yards week one.
And that's most likely going to be Joel.
We're going to have a big week 1.
That's going to be every year for Romeo Dobbs.
Okay.
And the pack is going to go to the playoffs.
And it also depends if your boy Jordan Love shows up. We'll see.
Well, he
Jair
will. We know
was
that.
hyping him up in an interview. Jordan Love was getting interviewed, and Jair came over, put his arm around him, and said, "This is QB1, best quarterback in the league." Okay,
just be
I like
yelling.
that.
He's nice.
yelling.
He's going to
Be
be
yelling,
elite.
bro.
People just be talking. That's what it is.
That's his teammate.
Not even the best quarterback in his division.
No,
Who's better?
He's not even
It's
the
golf.
third.
It's golf.
Goff.
Respect.
Justin Fields maybe.
Goff's number 1 over
Respect.
Kirk.
Jordan Love's fourth
interchangeable.
right now, with all due respect.
Oh, Justin Fields easily.
No. Justin Fields fucking clears that clown. 1,000%.
Listen, the bar
Not
isn't insane
no.
to clear for Love, but right now he's fourth.
Don't
Can you-
don't tell me nothing about them 3 games. I don't care.
I'm just taking what he's saying. I'm taking it all in.
No, please.
Take it all.
Take it all of it.
All of it.
Trust
the
me.
full
You're
load.
going to be very wrong.
Who?
You're going to be very wrong.
I'm trying to
was
tap
not
you. You're
gonna
nuts.
tap you.
You're
Oh
nuts.
my God, this
You're
guy's
nuts.
insane. Sicko.
Zach
By the end of the
Wilson.
year, Fields will be 1. His division.
Listen, I'm ready for it. I've heard some great things.
I've heard great things all my life.
All my life.
All my
Gonna see. Jordan Love is going to shock you.
In terms of
Are
what?
we going to get copyrighted for
You'll
that?
see.
Probably.
I don't think so.
No money
right,
from
I
this
hope
episode.
not, bro. That would be fucking aggravating,
I don't
bro.
think I sound like those kids. What, bro? It's a kid's choir.
Nah, I didn't. No, I was
Okay.
saying, I don't know.
All right.
Respect Kirk, though.
I said golf or Kirk interchangeable. Could be either one. Really doesn't matter.
Kirky-o.
But they won't finish at 1 at the end of the year, so it doesn't really matter.
Maybe.
Well, we kind of go purpose yards.
Yo,
Oh,
down
We're
here,
talking about just yardage?
DPJ or Romeo Dobbs?
What the? Respect DPJ, please.
It's a close call.
It's not that close, I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't
yes.
even like DPJ like that.
You know, you
Dehls, respect DPJ.
the disrespect to Romeo Dobbs is insane.
DPJ had what? 800?
He did.
He was a dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, Dehls is screaming casual right now.
He had 839. His yards per catch was impressive, 13.7.
I like DPJ. I do.
Big
I
dog.
like DPJ.
He's better right now. For sure.
He's
I'll
better
give it
than
to him.
Elijah Moore.
Maybe.
No, like right now. As of right now,
If he was, why would they trade a second round pick for Elijah Moore?
They needed more guys.
Second
100%.
round pick more?
I don't know why they did that.
Okay.
I'm not the Cleveland
Second
Browns.
round was ridiculous.
They
Please.
traded. Listen, man.
I think Elijah Moore could be better than him.
No, I say yeah. I'm
He's
saying
been
right
having
now.
a good camp.
I'm saying right now, DPJ is better.
They shouldn't have done that because they could have drafted Mims with that second round pick, I'm
Facts.
pretty sure.
Are you still keeping up with Elijah Moore?
You know,
Don't keep
got,
on
my-
that
got my
I'll
ear
let
to
you know. I'll
the
let
got my
you
ear
know.
to Cleveland.
Trader.
He's been
Trader.
amazing in camp. I've been keeping
Yeah,
tabs.
I know facts.
He's amazing.
Him and
Deshaun has
Deshaun
been
have a
connecting with his
connection.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, Deshaun's been having a really good camp
They'll
too.
win the division. I can't wait.
I mean, I hope so. He's
Come
Deshaun.
back to her, man.
It's gonna feed families. A lot of them.
Stefon Diggs. Has he been becoming a distraction for the Bills?
Riv, what's going on? What's going on in Buffalo? Is your boys?
So
Is
just
Trouble in
to
Paradise?
Is this the Steve Kerr, Michael Jordan? Is this what's happening here?
summarize
Nah,
what's
call
been
it
happening.
Stefon Diggs, Steve Kerr is
He was
nuts.
nuts. He
This
was
is nuts.
To summarize what's been happening, Diggs misses camp.
Yep.
Josh Allen addresses the issues as non-football related. Then Diggs shows up for camp the next day, and McDermott sheds light to the situation and says they excused Diggs for that practice on Tuesday, and then Bills canceled the practice Thursday. So right now, Josh Allen he said that the issues right now that they're going through are non-football related.
Also, Diggs' manager or agent came out and said he will be there all of camp. Just personal issues. Just a lot of non-football stuff. That's all it is. Non-football stuff.
But is that what you need when you're coming off a disappointing end to a season, Riv? Talk to me about your squad, bro. Is there really something going on that we need to know?
just
squad.
a lot of non? This is my squad.
I know.
Respect me.
I am.
Just a lot of non.
Riv is by far. It's so crazy how time has really turned out for Riv. When I used to get called out for being a bandwagon, and now Riv has just gone on with this whole full blown.
This is like your Cowboys.
No, this is literally his persona now. This is who he is.
What do you mean?
You're a bandwagon.
How you figure?
You're an Eagles fan, which I respect. That's your team. But suddenly, now you're a Bills fan.
I've been a Josh guy.
You just love to choose teams.
Was I not a Josh? Have I not been a Josh Allen guy?
Yeah.
It's been a minute, bro.
Look at him smiling.
No, it's
and in basketball, let's not even go there.
You're just like me in football.
No, I'm not.
We have the same amount of teams, bro.
No, I don't.
He's cut at least the Cowboys because Zeke isn't there.
That's sick, by the way. I would do the same thing, by the way. Allen or Diggs.
I mean, you're a Broncos fan.
To the
You're a
dead
Dolphins fan.
Giants lover.
Am I a Dolphins fan?
Yes.
Or do I love Tua Tagovailoa?
Finn
Do I
Fan
love
in your
Josh
bio.
Allen?
I don't have that. I never had that.
You've
Tua-
always
it was
repped
Tua-
Finn
It was
Fan.
Tua
You
Tagovailoa
did
stan account.
a little Finn thing on the show. You're a
That was
Finn
for
fan.
vibes.
Nah, no vibes.
Oh,
here.
listen, I love the Finn fan.
So you're not. So wait, the shit.
However,
you do
I'm not a Dolphins fan.
You said you were Finn family though.
Bro, I'm always going to be there.
So wait.
To the day
Well,
I
his
die.
dad's a Dolphins.
So wait,
fan.
Dehls, let me get this straight. What he does for the
Got it.
Dolphins, I do the same thing for the Bills. Yet I'm rooting.
You're a
as
Giants
fan.
fan.
I wouldn't go as far as say I'm a Giants fan, but I
allow
have a
it.
Giants agenda.
I allow it.
I have a Giants
I'm-
agenda.
That's why I'm with the
He's a
Eagles.
Giants agenda. That's
But
longer
the same way.
than
Like
a
I'm
year.
Hurts. I'm not Eagles. If Hurts
he's got a Hurts agenda.
Yeah.
I have a Daniel Jones Giants agenda. I have a
You
Tua
have a fucking
agenda
Daniel
You have an
Jones
Andrew
agenda.
Thomas jersey though.
because that's my
Name's
twin.
Andrew Thomas.
Like,
the
what
hell
the
are
fuck
we-
are we doing? Like, does this
He
guy
has
not
jerseys. I don't have jerseys of his
Why,
team.
he's my fucking day one brother.
His name is
So what
Andrew
do we date
Thomas.
to?
We can't say Riv is a
wrong with
Browns
that.
fan and you're not a
No, I'm not
Giants
calling him
fan.
a Browns fan.
Agenda.
You're just
He
saying
said
those
he's
are
a
his
Bills
teams.
fan. He just said that's my team. He's
No,
cooked.
the Bills are my team. That's no denying.
That's
that.
his agenda though.
I guess
The Browns are my team. Agenda.
No, I know
So
that.
do agendas never end?
That's but he still has a
Well,
Giants
listen,
agenda.
my Cowboys agenda's over. Zeke's
That's-
gone.
So
True.
you've had it for 6 years.
But I'm saying like
he's my goat.
does a Tua agenda end?
Probably
Does
not.
Daniel
Retires.
Jones? Okay.
So
'Cause I'm like,
you're a
if-
part-time fan for
Like
probably
Hurts
50
already
years.
solidified himself. Like I don't need to push a Hurts
don't.
agenda. We know he's great.
No, you
like
just
does that
like
just end, or
Hurts.
I'm just a fan of it? I guess that's how it is for
That's-
Lamar.
yeah.
You still root for the Eagles though.
That's facts.
Don't you?
That's facts.
Yeah, you're a partial fan.
That's
If
facts.
you're rooting for a team to succeed, you are.
But I'm just
a
rooting for
fan
the
of that
team
team.
because Hurts is on that team.
Exactly.
Lamar
That's
is on
exactly
that team.
it.
you
Yes,
know?
but you're rooting for the team and that player to succeed. So
That's a
you're
fact.
rooting for the team.
You
You're a
have
fan
to.
of the team.
You have to. I mean, you can't. Hurts
Are you?
Can't
Is that?
fucking
Are you? Is
16
that your
Eagles fail.
fandom? No, but
Mid
you
fan
are
would
a
hate
fan
me
of the
if I
team.
said what I'm thinking right now, so I'm not.
It's
gonna
like it's
say it.
like the difference between like you and the Hornets. You don't root for the Hornets.
Absolutely
you just
not.
watch LaMelo and you love
To
him.
be
they
honest
also
with you, bro,
suck.
Exactly.
this is the best way I can say without relating it to the Dolphins. I want LaMelo to be a fucking dog. I want him to be all NBA. I don't give a fuck if the Hornets win 0 games.
But you actually care what the Dolphins do. Even when Tua was hurt, you cared.
because winning and being a quarterback is so correlated.
when Tua was hurt, you still cared.
no.
Cap.
I went to the game. I didn't give a fuck.
Went to
If
the
anything,
game
he
when
probably
was
wants
hurt.
the Dolphins to fail. So it
When
looks like
Skylar
Tua's
Thompson
carrying
took
them,
over
you know?
against you guys.
Oh, you're sick bastard.
Oh yeah, that was a
That was
blowout.
horrible.
Yeah, that was ugly.
Well, okay.
Tua is the main reason that I care about the
You
Dolphins
have a lot
and my
of
father.
you have a lot of mid
Listen, I
agendas.
think that we're getting too tied up in being a fan or being not. So
I am. We're just vibing.
who has
We're
more?
hitting our
Who
vibes.
has more agendas though for teams in the NFL?
Out of all of us.
No,
You.
no. Drew and Riv.
Oh.
This is.
Oh,
them.
so
I guess-
Denver, Giants,
Dolphins.
Dolphins. That's
Got
it, right?
And I
Cowboys
guess
are done.
Lions because I really believe that they're going to be good.
I mean, if you want to throw them on this year, I'll give it to
No,
you.
I think I.
You can
think
even
I was
take
gonna
Denver
count
off
him.
because that's his team. You can take Denver off because that's his team. So he has 3 agendas.
Okay. Oh, we're just talking about
Agendas.
agendas. Facts.
Let me think about my agendas. It's still early in
You
the
got Giants,
okay.
Lions.
Well, you
it's
think-
definitely Giants and Dolphins.
So yours is Bills, Browns, Cards. No, done. Kyler's hurt. So
Come on.
Bears.
Bears, Fields. Facts.
So I have 3. It's 3-3.
Okay, that's valid.
That's fair. The Cardinals, come on. Kyler's injured. He has the same Kyler agenda as me.
Yeah, we
I
all like
do.
Kyler.
Literally.
He hates Kyler.
Well,
we all
I have,
like
I have
Kyler.
Kyler in Dynasty. I have his jersey. That's my goat.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's
I
the
hope
only
you're
one that
okay,
doesn't like
Kyler.
Kyler.
Get
Yeah,
well
we like
soon,
Kyler.
brother.
I like Kyler.
Yeah.
He's nice.
Unfortunately,
They're
just
there's
K1.
They're washed.
they are dog shit.
Who?
I'm saying the Cardinals are just washed.
Oh yeah, they're not.
Yeah,
Good.
they are.
So then it's 3.5. I'm guessing for
You guys are like 3-3.
3.5,
Shit.
3.5, I guess.
Yeah.
the same amount
That's
of
valid.
valid. Yeah.
Solid.
But I'm definitely more of a Broncos fan than you are an Eagles fan.
You're more of a football fan than I am, so that makes sense.
Okay, appreciate that.
Yeah, you are.
Agreed.
But that doesn't. Your agendas are dog shit.
Are they?
Yes.
Tua was not supposed to be a starting level quarterback, and he exceeded all expectations.
He was a top 5 pick.
Daniel Jones was not supposed
What
to be
the
a
fuck
starting
were you-
quarterback.
He was a top 5 pick.
Ah,
What do
but
you mean?
that's what I was told. And Daniel Jones
Who
was
told you that?
Daniel,
He
the
told you
stable.
that?
Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was supposed to lose his job to Tyrod Taylor.
Almost happened.
Who told you this?
This table.
Yo, bro.
Wait, didn't I say?
I don't know,
I
did
said that Tua was
Not
Jimmy
you.
G.
I'm not talking about you in that sense.
Oh no, it was me.
No, you
Tyrod.
also. He
Tyrod
said,
shit was me.
no, and then also this guy said that Tua was the bottom of the bottom of tiers quarterback.
Oh, I didn't say bottom of the bottom.
No, you said he was in the last tier of quarterbacks.
No, we
Doesn't
looked
mean.
it up.
It was on.
We looked
It was
up.
on. It was online.
It was the I'm
Oh, wait,
trying
I
to
think you're right.
I'm trying to
I think you're
upgrade.
right. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to upgrade.
That's
I
rude.
wasn't. I didn't put him in the fucking
I know.
nothing tier.
And you on multiple occasions have told me that Tua is mid.
Hey, the Dolphins trying to upgrade too. They were trying to get Lamar. They're trying to get Brady. A
I
couple
mean,
years
with
ago.
all, with I mean,
Brady.
a 5th overall pick is supposed to be.
Yeah, he
more
did. That
than-
I
one
know,
didn't
but then
move
you
me.
told me that he
Yeah, that
wasn't.
one didn't move me.
He
Well,
told me
was
he
fifth
wasn't.
overall.
if he's 5th
Come on.
overall pick, he should be a star though.
Of course and he will be. He's on his way.
He will be, so he's not. You're admitting he's not.
I knew he was
What's
gonna
that?
go with that.
No, I mean, listen. Let's be honest. With the amount of Pro Bowl votes that he got, he is a star.
You don't care about Pro Bowls,
Oh no, I don't.
so don't
But
bring it
again, when it comes to
hate the Pro Bowl.
how much players,
Tyler Huntley was.
how
Pro Bowl.
much a person likes a player,
Bobby Wagner was
there
so
is a
pro.
lot of
It's a joke.
a lot of people that likes.
up. No, he's a fan favorite.
We were talking
Doesn't
about
mean
Laura.
you're a star.
He is a fan.
Yeah.
Debatable.
Miami's a pretty big fan base too.
Debatable.
Doesn't mean you're a
Yeah,
star.
for sure. If you're a fan favorite, like Jeremy Lin was a star.
It's like 2 weeks.
For like 2 weeks. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But if Tua is a star for 2 weeks, no one cares.
No, but Tua Tagovailoa
yes.
was a star
Bro said
essentially the whole
Jerry
season.
had a whole movement. That's a little different.
It was awesome.
He did.
It was
That's
great.
you
It was
know,
one of the.
he was in
It was an
New York.
amazing time period. Exactly. And Miami's also a big.
Let's
town.
get back to the topic at hand.
Stefon
man.
Diggs.
Have
Stefon
fun,
Diggs.
man. I'm having fun here.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah.
It's
Take
off
him
season.
back.
I don't know why we want to think Diggs is a distraction. This is just obviously personal stuff at his crib at home with his family. Something we shouldn't get into. The Bills will be ready. They will be locked in. You've seen Josh Allen on the cover of Madden. He's been locked in.
You think Diggs is tight that he was on the cover?
Why should he be on the cover? If anything,
It's
the only
not
person,
football,
the only
really.
person that should be tight is Jettis.
Okay.
1,000%. But I don't think this is a big issue. His agent came out and said he will be there. Josh said it's a non-football matter. McDermott came out and said it's a non-football matter. Everybody seems to be on the same page with this. So I don't think this is too much of a big deal. Diggs is figuring out. He's usually there. He usually shows up when it matters. He usually comes to play. So I'm not going to look at it as like a big deal or a distraction thing.
And I'll say at the time, it wasn't a good look.
Agreed.
Given how he left Minnesota, and then it feels like the same thing's happening in Buffalo. And Josh Allen's an elite quarterback. You can't give that same excuse like you could with Kirk Cousins, where Kirk is, he's a good game manager, but he's not a great quarterback. Now Stefon's with a great one, and it seems like he's still complaining. I think that the big reoccurring image that I have of Stefon Diggs and Josh Allen is Stefon Diggs complaining to Josh Allen in the second round of the playoffs when he didn't get the ball. I didn't rewatch that play. I don't know if he was open or not. I'm guessing he was open if he was that adamant to call out Josh Allen, but it's just not a good look. And that's why I think this is the last year for the Bills to really do something. They're in the NFL, you only remain at the top of a division for so long until teams start to catch up to you. Right now, Miami has been on the Bills' heels for, I would say, a year and a half now.
Chiefs, man.
The Jets right now, they're right there. You can argue they have a better roster than the Bills top to bottom. So because of that,
You can.
I think given Josh Allen's contract's going to kick in, their players are aging, especially in the secondary. It feels like this year is a make or break year for them as a team. And if things don't go right, they could implode.
Implode.
Ooh.
Implode.
Let me ask you a question. You're saying this is their last year to win. Now, of course, let's just exaggerate that statement. Are you saying Josh Allen will never win a Super Bowl?
It's possible.
Winning Super Bowl is very hard.
It is.
It's not
That's
crazy.
That's
to
not
say.
a bad answer.
Yeah.
That's not a bad answer.
But
There's greats that haven't won.
true.
I don't think it's. I
But
mean,
who?
And he's
Dan
great
Marino.
enough to win, but it's not all on him.
I apologize.
I was waiting for
Who'd you
that.
say?
Amazing.
I said Dan Marino.
Because I was thinking, like, obviously,
I was waiting for him to ask me
Big,
that.
Big Ben won a championship. Phillip Rivers is one of those that I
Defense
didn't
was
think
elite.
didn't win a championship. Eli was able to win 2 championships.
Lucky.
Probably is never
Anomaly.
nowhere. Lucky's insane.
No, I meant to say
So
anomaly,
best
I'm
case
sorry.
scenario for the Bills this year
Anomaly hilarious.
is really 3 scenarios that are best case and realistic. They either win it all, which everything's okay. They lose in the Super Bowl, things are good. I think that if they lose even in the AFC Championship, Sean McDermott is getting fired.
I agree.
There's
You know,
chance.
I think anything basically below an AFC Championship appearance, Sean McDermott is out of there. So this is his last year, and if things end up sour, like they lose in the first round, I'm not going to rule out Stefon Diggs wanting out as well because he's been very vocal about that.
They've been pretty much favorites to either come out or one of the
Last
top
year they
3
were the
favorites.
favorites,
Yeah,
period.
so
I can't see Stefon Diggs wanting out, especially with the amount of years that he has on his contract. what situation for Stefon Diggs is going to be more beneficial for him to?
Well, if Josh plays like
win the
shit
whole
again,
thing.
then
I'm not going to say you're wrong there, but outside that one game, let me not say that because
played
against
like,
the Texans, he was not that good
no.
either.
He played like shit after week 6, 7.
He had the injury.
Injury. No. I gave it an excuse for 4 weeks, and then I said, no. This shit cannot continue to keep
I was
happening.
going to say he also threw the ball almost like 70 yards with that injury.
That's why I stopped giving an excuse after probably like
the touch.
week 10. Yeah, like after I think a week after the Jets game or some shit. I stopped giving an excuse.
And even then, Josh Allen's regular season in 2022 wasn't much different than his 2021 regular season. It's just that in the playoffs in 2021, he was so great that everybody forgot that he had stinkers against the Jaguars, against the Colts. People forgot about it. But in the regular season, since he flamed out in the playoffs, people bring that up.
I think this year, too, he made a lot more boneheaded decisions than last year.
And that game against the Dolphins was way too close.
And it was one game against the Patriots?
Skylar Thompson.
He threw an interception, and the dude was standing like right in front of him. So I think that was against the Patriots. He just was doing a lot of bonehead shit this year. So
I think McDermott getting fired is not even going to be because of Josh Allen, because he's a defensive-minded coach.
And then in the playoffs, they get torched.
And these last 2 years, I mean, the KC one. What are you going to do?
It's like, bro.
We got to get one stop. Get one stop.
13 seconds,
it's Mahomes.
Bro. I don't care. It's 13 seconds.
It's Mahomes.
It's 13 seconds, bro.
My go, baby.
Nuts. It's 13. Dehls, I get it. It's Mahomes, bro. It's 13 seconds, bro.
No,
13.
You're making that
one
excuse?
Stop, and you're in the Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't care who it is.
I don't care who it is.
It's 13 seconds, bro. That's his fault. It's 13. Him in the defense. Josh outplayed Mahomes. He did everything perfect.
It's definitely close.
Okay. But we're just going to go.
Because he's been here saying that Josh Allen played better.
He openly said it.
No, he did play better.
I know.
It was close.
They both were amazing. Josh was perfect. He did everything right. You had 13
last year was before.
seconds, bro.
Last year was the year that he wasn't all in on Patrick Mahomes. That's when he was like in his little Josh Allen phase, his Joe Burrow. That's not a phase.
He's like, you like that was the
agenda. And then this year, that's when he was like, yeah, Mahomes. That's the go right there. And hey, came into fruition.
What do you think this issue is, though? Because it's not contract related. He signed an extension last year. He's been paid like the third most guaranteed, top 5 receiver paid. I mean, he's producing. He's putting up great numbers.
So I think it's really just a personal, like, not.
Is this still from like last playoffs where they had that scuffle? Like, what? But what could this? I mean, is it? Did he not get right to his birthday? Like, what are we talking about here? Like,
maybe somebody's, God forbid, sick at home.
I think it's either something personal or it's either. He's just not satisfied with his usage in the offense.
Which is nuts.
How?
I just thought Josh saying internally we're working on some things made it seem like it was something either between them or between the Bills and Stefon. Like, I feel like if it was just on Stefon, it's very easy for McDermott or his agent to say, Stefon's in with some personal things. He'll be here for training camp.
Maybe it's a Diggs and McDermott thing.
Stefon Diggs was the 4th most targeted wide receiver.
Yeah, he gets his
Maybe
looks.
he has a problem with them losing. I would hate it too.
I mean, they got smoked by the Bengals, 27-10. The game really was competitive since the first quarter.
Oh.
And, I mean, that builds up. You're the favorite to win the Super Bowl coming into week 1. The year before, you're that close going to the Super Bowl. But Diggs still has to realize his best chance to win a Super Bowl is still this window right now with Josh Allen when you're both in your prime.
Even with him being that targeted, we know how superstar receivers are. You can never get targeted enough.
And it could just take one game he doesn't get targeted. That's
Ego, yeah, for sure.
All right. So I'll share.
He
complained.
Remember that in the Bengals game?
No, remember that game.
He had double digits, but only had 4 or 5 receptions.
Yeah, I remember he didn't have a good statistically.
I want to say that game it was a game where Gabe Davis was having an amazing game in the regular season, and Diggs complained on the sideline he wasn't getting the ball. He was showing frustration. Very next play they got in. Allen gave Diggs the ball, TD or whatnot. But he showed some frustrations throughout the year of just like sometimes when he doesn't get the ball, or it's like they go 3-4 possession, they have a 3 and out, he didn't get the ball. It's kind of like, yo, bro. Like,
you know, it's something that I want to highlight. If I'm not mistaken, either that game against Kansas City, the amazing game, of course, that Gabe Davis had 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. Am I wrong, or did Stefon Diggs get clamped up by Charvarius Ward, 4 receptions for under 20 yards? He did have his touchdown, which was a very acrobatic catch. But am I wrong for thinking that
he had 3 catches for 7 yards?
Thank you very much. But he had that crazy touchdown that he was going to his opposite side. Of course, you scored a touchdown, you were productive.
Send in doubles.
Yes,
that's a big reason. That's why Gabe Davis got it.
He was open.
No, for sure.
They letting him
Charvarius Ward did an unbelievable job, and that's really where he started.
Best corners.
Absolutely, he stamped himself this season.
I'm more looking at the defense. It's getting old.
It's like when's the
Trent
accountability?
McDuffie's next.
That's what I've
And
been. That's what
L'Jarius
I've been
Sneed.
hearing.
They got
The
to
dude.
This Kansas City defense is going to be annoyingly good this year, bro.
start
that
nine
for
rookies last
L'Jarius
year.
Sneed, baby.
Let's
Let's go.
Yeah, the big players
Nick
getting
Bolton.
old, man. Like Von Miller, he's coming back week 6, but he's up there in
He still has a
age, you know?
good amount.
He
of
does,
years
but
on his
like he
contract.
can get hurt again. You know,
God forbid.
Tre'Davious, of course, always.
I know.
Tre'Davious White, you know, he's another one coming off from injury.
That's when he came back and he didn't look good.
He didn't look good. I agree. Whether he look good again this year, you know, he's another guy under contract.
Hopeful.
Diggs, Allen. You know, it's tough, man. I mean, I think they just paid.
Yo,
Ed
Gabe
Oliver.
Davis,
They did.
They did just pay.
the
Ed
agenda's still
Oliver.
alive and well.
No.
It's
over.
over. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
Damn.
What was the agenda? 1K?
James Cook, you're in?
Okay, yeah.
Come on,
I
bro.
haven't seen
Let's
enough.
ride. Let's ride. Come on, bro. When are we going to have an
The-
agenda that we share?
Listen, the Jets are good this year. I'm not riding with no AFC East agenda.
I respect
wow,
that. Yeah, I
look at
respect
that.
So
And
when
The
I-
Jets are
I respect the hell out of
the
that.
Jets are good now. You know
Yo,
what
bro,
I'm saying?
you and I-
Now that we're great, I'm not.
You weren't voting on the
Voting
Jets
for
last
nobody.
year?
When Zach, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Joel, when are we
He's
going to
hot,
cook up an
50-50.
agenda together, man?
I don't know. We got to think of one that we both
I
agree
think so
on.
too.
doesn't happen
Listen, I
that
thought it was
often.
Jordan Love, and then you turned your back on him.
I did.
He turned his back on J Love.
I only turned my back because you asked me who do I believe in more, Justin Fields or Jordan Love. I believe in Justin.
It was good belief. You're a smart human being.
That is
Thank
good
you.
belief.
That's what it was. And then I've let the jokes get the better of me, and I apologize.
We'll see.
I do think the Bills got a bit of a break in their schedule. Week 1, they're screwed. They're playing the Jets. But after that,
Watch your mouth.
after that, they have the Raiders and Commanders weeks 2 and 3. They play the Bucks a couple of weeks later. So if they're
They
able
lock
to
in
get
for the
off to
second half, yeah.
like a 4-1 or a
It's
3-2
cold.
start, then I think that kind of goes away. But mid-season, they have this 7-game stretch where they're at Cincy, versus Denver, versus the Jets, at Philly, at KC, versus Dallas, at the Chargers, where they're going on a 7-game stretch there where they're going to be
Elite.
facing elite quarterbacks, top-level defenses.
Amen.
And, that could be where
You know,
some of
Dehls,
this
I guarantee you we go 5-2. And
This
that's 7
stretch?
games. Yes.
One of those. You're saying you guys lose to Philly and Denver?
No,
You're at Philly, at KC. That's 2 of the games.
Those are the
And you're winning all the other ones?
A good
At-
God,
You're
no.
winning at Cincy?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe 5-3. Okay, 4-3. I'll stretch
At the
like-
Chargers,
like
West Coast?
5-2. No, I'll say 4-3, but I can see 5-2. We're not losing to Denver.
I'm
Let's be
dead. Y'all are
serious.
about to be 3 and 4.
You're probably
for
split
sure.
against us. You win the home game.
Is that one home?
This would be the home one, yeah.
We'll win that
Week
one.
one is
We'll
in
probably
New
lose
York.
the week 1. We'll win that one. It'll be freezing. We like that.
This
We're-
we went to
we're
bat
fine with the cold weather, too.
Who? The
Yeah.
Jets?
Yeah.
You guys stink, bro.
We're in New York.
I don't
Just
care.
as cold.
Mid.
I mean, colder in Buffalo.
Well, also, it
freezing
was
in
snowing in the playoffs, and you thought you had the advantage, and Josh Allen was due.
That's because Joe Burrow showed up.
The Cincinnati also plays in freezing cold weather.
They do.
To be fair. And Denver won't do that. So why are you
Really?
worried about
What do you
that?
mean by that?
You have Russell Wilson.
And?
You stink.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
no,
good
like,
to
yeah.
know. All right, I'm glad you're on the list.
Okay. You want to like
On the
wager on
list.
that? Like friendly
What?
on
About
that
what
Denver
exactly?
and Bills game? You want to play
That
a little
one game?
Yeah, you want to play a
Sure,
little fun
what do you
game?
wanna
We're
do,
going to
bro?
do it now? Just one of the, like,
Oh, you want to do the season?
No,
What, you scared?
I'm not at all.
Oh, okay.
But you want to do the game, I'm more than willing.
We can do the game when we get down there. Because we got to.
You know, I have a question as it pertains to the comeback player of the year this year.
Okay.
Is DeMar Hamlin just the betting favorite, or
he is like minus 150, right?
is he like eligible to win that award
No, last I saw he was minus 150 on books.
for him to?
Who else is on the books?
Let's
If
say
he
he
just
deserves
steps
it.
on
It
the
makes
field,
sense.
Listen,
bro.
it makes sense as to why.
I'll show you.
It's
Who
one of the
else-
worst
who else
things
is
you'll
up
ever
there,
see
though?
on TV. I am trying to think of Javonte Williams.
When does he
He's
come
gonna be
back?
up there.
Huh?
When does he come back?
He's
Oh,
God
excuse
willing.
me.
Hey, Breece Hall could
DeMar is
definitely be
minus
one.
500.
It's over.
Well, he just has to
Tua's
play.
next at plus 2,000. Russ plus 2,000.
So
I'm getting
wait,
turned on.
DeMar just has to play a full season. He will win the award.
He'll get on the field. and that's
Unless
I respect that.
Russell Wilson throws
there
for
was some money
38
to be
touchdowns.
made. He was like minus
This
150 a
is
couple
the
months ago.
year
Unrealistic thing.
that I'm staying away from that because
You never see minus 500 for an award.
Hamlin is gonna win that.
He should.
minus 500 is crazy.
You never see minus
Playing
500
after
for
what
an
happened to him, I understand.
To come back at all is.
I understand.
That's like when Alex Smith came back from the leg
Facts.
injury.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was getting that no matter what.
Yeah.
But this was
that was nasty.
As terrible as Alex Smith was.
This was worse. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Alex Smith.
That's why I
ended up
understand
seeing
it.
the documentary.
No, all you needed to do was watch the trailer to understand that that's.
I wish I
something-
could bet on who would be second place.
Who's talking?
Do it now.
Javonte Williams, Russell.
It was
Russell
Russ-
Wilson
it's
has-
Russ.
Russ
It's
Tua.
Russ.
The top are
He threw
Russ
what,
Tua,
how many-
Lamar,
13
Cup,
touchdowns?
Brees
It's-
Hall,
listen,
Jimmy
it's
G.
either-
John Mechie plus 3,000.
It's
Come
either
back from
Russ or
cancer.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers
Is that going to seamlessly transition to the next topic?
Deshaun Watson is exempt from this.
Is comeback player of the
not-
year just like he
can't-
played
Zach
like
Wilson
shit?
plus 8,000. I don't even see Rodgers on here.
That's the one.
Oh my god, he might not play enough games to be eligible.
But between Tua and Russ, I would take Russ.
Yeah, Rodgers is even on here.
I
for
agree.
some
Deshaun's
reason.
not up there. Watson,
I don't know.
I did see Deshaun. Where is he?
he should be up there.
Plus $1 million?
All right, when he throws 35 and has 8 interceptions, I'll laugh.
I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't matter
Watson's
what
plus
he
6,000.
does.
Yeah, I get it.
He will not win.
There's
the
not-
award.
I thought he was doing second place.
It
right
does
now.
not matter if he is the MVP of the league or, that type of season, bro. He's not winning
I
it.
thought he was voting second place at the moment. That's why.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
Russell
saying
Wilson.
second place, Deshaun.
Russell Wilson.
You'll eat your crow.
Am I?
Yes.
I already did
MVP,
enough of that this
Deshaun
past
plus
season.
3,000. We talked about this last episode.
I picked him as my
Sleeper?
Two
Or
episodes
no, my MVP.
to actually win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pick was ass.
You think so?
I do.
Cleveland, Jacoby Brissett was
Love
better than
Deshaun.
Russell Wilson.
I do love Deshaun. He's not winning awards.
Jacoby Brissett was better
Oh,
than
you think the
Russell
Leeson
Wilson.
is like blackballing him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
fine. But in here, we know who they
He has
MVP
to
is.
be unequivocally just beyond
So
everybody.
they let
else,
him
I
in
think.
the league,
It's
but
possible.
they're
Like,
gonna
he has
I
to
mean,
be-
they have a great
unequivocally is the
roster.
perfect
He's
word.
talented enough.
He has to
let me
be
get this straight.
unbelievable.
They'll let him into the league, but now they're just gonna blackball him. That's the case. Not let him
Who
in.
votes? Who votes on the MVP?
The vote.
Is it just like a
the
group
writers?
of-
I don't want to say the word, but yes,
Writers. The writers.
that's cool. Whatever. We don't need MVP.
50
So,
sports writers. Yeah.
The Vikings cut Dalvin Cook,
I'm so excited to talk about this.
and I think this is the right decision.
I thought so.
I think that it's not just Dalvin Cook. It's not just that one move. It's the fact that in one offseason, you move on from Eric Kendricks, Adam Thielen. So Darius Smith is now gone. Dalvin Cook. Every player that was a gigantic cap hit for them is off the team. Dalvin Tomlinson also departed. And now they're kind of in this limbo with Daniil Hunter, whether or not, they're going to extend him or he's going to ask for a trade. Dalvin Cook, exceptional career with Minnesota. Game breaker.
I'm done with you.
He was amazing. When he was at his best,
That's a star.
he was a top running back in the league.
Easily.
But sadly, he's just not that anymore.
Is it sadly?
He
I'm
is
not
not.
buying it.
Listen, sadly, because I hate to see a player like this not be the same. Happy because
You
I
didn't
was
feel like
right
that
on
with
the guy.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Listen,
Happy. Right about what? You said it after the
He's
fact.
not the same.
You didn't say it at all last
Fourth
season.
consecutive 1,000-yard season.
Dog.
He had the third largest cap hit number for a running back. That's a big reason why the Vikings let him go.
Understandable.
And he's just not the same no more. You look at every single advanced metric, even basic metrics, he just doesn't have that same explosiveness. He used to be very patient before bursting through these holes, and he would go through them. But now, back then, he was faster, and he can burst through them much quickly. But now he's not, so he gets tackled behind the line. And that's why this past season, he led the NFL in most rushes that either lost a yard or did not
Do
gain
you think
a
it's
yard.
just him declining?
I think it's just him declining. Now, I think running backs decline around this age. Dalvin Cook is around the
Yeah.
age where
He's
he's
28, right?
declining.
Yeah, it's 27, 28.
And Dalvin Cook, wherever he goes, he's going to have career lows, I think, across the board.
Yeah.
No, that makes
Well, he's
sense.
not going to be the workhorse. Wherever he
No.
goes, there's going to be a running back established.
And if he's not the workhorse, he's not the same no more. He's just not.
No.
And I think it's fine.
Dude, and Dalvin's your guy. You want to go? You want me to? I have plenty of numbers that maybe say he's not that washed.
But it's just looking at it like the.
But I have more
like he
to take.
mentioned it. He mentioned it. You're the even on a basic level, his yards per carry has gone down gradually. I agree with you. He doesn't have the same burst, but again, it's not like the Vikings have this end all be all rush blocking offensive line. It's really not that good. 18th in win shares in terms of yeah, exactly, winning at the line in terms of run blocking.
So I was something on Twitter. I was talking to you.
Oh, okay, got it. You're a sicko.
But
Yeah, you're
damn
done.
to that too.
It's over. But do I think this was a good move for the Vikings? As much as I do love Dalvin, I do think it was a good move. You save money with it. I believe in Alexander Mattison. He could give you similar production, if not a little bit more, just based on the term that he's just a little bit younger than him. He has less wear and tear on him. You can just you can utilize him a little bit more because you don't have to worry about, one, the money that you're allocating to him in terms of potentially injuring him, which Dalvin does have a history of. So I do think that this move makes sense for him, but I do still believe in the talent that is Dalvin Cook. But it is dependent on the location that he goes to. In terms of the teams that have been interested in him, I don't think Buffalo would be a great location for him. One, I don't think it's a ideal location for him just because I believe in James Cook. He's a younger talent, getting allocated less money. I don't think that the Bills would be one to unless it's a team-friendly contract, but Dalvin's looking for a team to pay him money. So I don't think the Bills would be there. Also, that's his brother. I don't know if he wants to steal his spotlight there. And also, in terms of the Broncos, I don't also think that that's an ideal fit for the Broncos. I think that we can definitely allocate money elsewhere. So I don't think a priority for us should be running back. We did just bring in Samaje Perine. We have Javonte Williams, who's already practicing, showing some good signs to be ready for the start of the season. That's our running back that we should be ready for. I think that the best location for him to go to is either the Ravens or the Dolphins.
The Ravens.
Definitely the Ravens, for the fact that Lamar Jackson makes any running back in that backfield amazing. And by amazing, I use it very loosely because Devonta Freeman was there. And Devonta Freeman, for who he is as a runner, especially at that point in career, was producing at a very efficient rate. And that was due to the fact that Lamar Jackson draws so much attention. So if you put him in that offense, Dalvin Cook becomes a threat that you definitely look for and think that he could be effective and produce at a high level. I do think that it is Dobbins' backfield. I believe Dobbins will be the guy there, but with the injury concerns, it definitely could be a 50-50 split between the two of them just for the sole fact that he is Dalvin Cook. And then lastly, to talk about the Miami Dolphins, they need a running back. I know they just drafted Devon Achane, and of course, everyone talks about his game-breaking speed. He ran a 4.32 at the Combine. He is definitely one of those guys that you look at and believe in the speed. However, he's still undersized. A rookie, you still could look to bring in a guy like Dalvin Cook, be that change of pace where they are predicated on speed. You have, of course, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. You bring in Dalvin Cook that can work in the dump offs, can run through the tackles, run outside, still be that change of pace guy. I think that those two locations specifically, we can still see Dalvin be effective and produce.
Saw a report that Achane was up to like 197 or something.
Okay, getting some meat on him. Was he 5'8", though?
He is short.
Right, yeah.
He is, yeah. But, training camp, it was honestly one of my favorite times of the year because it's just all positive. Whoever your guy is, you can find something positive about him. A lot of Dalvin Cook hate this offseason. A lot of Dalvin Cook hate.
You've been moving nasty, bro.
And
About Dalvin Cook? I've been telling the truth. That's all I've been doing about Dalvin Cook.
I'm not sure. Listen, is Dalvin the same running back he was 2 years ago? Probably not. Is he Zeke level washed? Who Zeke just has no explosiveness at all at this
Andrew's
point?
Favorite running backs.
With all due respect, I mean
Zeke's cooked.
Zeke is cooked.
He is.
Zeke is
Respect
cooked.
to him though, he had a great career.
Dalvin's not cooked.
No.
He might not be the same elite. I mean, he was a top 5 type running back a couple of seasons ago, but just this past season, he was still 8th in missed tackles forced with 52, 16th in yards per attempt between yards after contact per attempt between Aaron Jones and CMC. 9th in 10-plus rushing yards, so that means he's getting through the line. He's got some explosiveness. 14th in 15-plus rushing yards. Among the league leaders in 30-plus, 40-plus, and 50-plus yard rushes, he's only had 8 total gains of 50-plus yards in his career. 3 of them were in 2022. And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed of 21.68 miles per hour was the 7th highest among all ball carriers in 2022. So I'm looking at Dalvin Cook. I feel like I'm seeing on the field too. I don't see a lack of speed, a lack of explosiveness. There definitely is some maybe vision issues going on. It could be some, related to the offensive line as well. But I think not all the time when a team cuts a player doesn't mean the player is bad, right? Yes. I mean, Dalvin Cook 2 years ago signed a 5-year, $63 million contract. No team was trading for that contract. Whoever was going, they were going to have some sort of restructure. They weren't able to make it on, especially at this point in the offseason. A lot of teams, their cap space is allocated. They've already spent their money in free agency. Their draft picks are signed. They've signed an undrafted free agent. So their cap space, for the most part, for 2023 is about tied up. So it's a bit harder to make that space. And when you talk about why they released him, you save $9 million against the cap this year. And you talked about it, I think, earlier this offseason. They were letting a lot of vets walk. You have guys like Dalvin Tomlinson, Pat Pete, Eric Kendricks, Adam Thielen, Irv Smith. They were letting a lot of their, vets and guys that build up this roster. They were kind of turning a new leaf. And although they're not in a rebuild per se, they're more in a retool. They gave Alexander Mattison a 2-year, $7 million contract, which I know it's not a ton of money, but for Mattison, who's been a backup his whole career, $3.5 million a season, you're probably a top 15, 20 running back in terms of annual. So I don't think Dalvin Cook is washed. I don't think he's cooked. I don't think he's Zeke level of he's not going to sign anywhere. I think the perfect home for him, though, is with the Miami Dolphins. I mean, I think in that scheme, in that all the weapons that they have with Waddle and Tyreek, Achane, who's going to bring some speed there, I look at that spot as saying he's going to go in there. Is he going to give you 1,200 yards? Probably not, but he could lead the team in rushing. He could lead the team in attempts and touchdowns, and he could put up probably 1,000 yards with them.
Zeke has been washed for a while.
Don't do that.
for years. He really has been.
What's
They were late to bringing Tony Pollard on. Last year, what we saw, it was just something that should have been happening, and it was Zeke on his final legs. And even Zeke, at what he was at last year, still offers something that Dalvin Cook doesn't, which is a goal line presence.
4th and 1. That's what Zeke is.
Short yardage situation, Zeke
Sign it up, though. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, facts.
Zeke is amazing at. Dalvin Cook is not good in short yardage situations. All those stats are lovely, but rushing yards over expectation.
Not on the EPA,
Cook-
yes.
I'm not even going to use EPA.
Okay, my bad.
Cook was 55th out of 69 eligible
exposing it.
runners. 2021, he was 42nd. 2020, he was 8th. So 2 years ago, when they gave him that extension, it was because he was still elite. He was 41st out of 69 rushers in rushing explosiveness, which it measures the amount of 10-plus yard runs you produce over the amount of expected rushing yards you're supposed to get on a given play. So those numbers are probably runs that wide open lanes, you're expected to get that much yards. I'm talking about like actual explosive runs where you make those things happen. Dalvin Cook wasn't amazing at. I just have a hard time believing that Minnesota moved on from him in favor of Alexander Mattison if they don't think that he's pretty much done. Because they cut all those players and kept Dalvin up to this point.
Yep.
They could have cut him a while ago.
They were trying to find a deal for him.
They were trying to find a deal for him, restructure, whatever they wanted to do. Dalvin didn't want to take a pay cut, and I doubt that Dalvin's going to go to another situation and take a pay cut either.
Wants $10 million. I saw.
He wants a lot of money.
He's not getting $10 million.
And I give him some sympathy because he just got shoulder surgery and he said he's been playing with it for a while and that's affected
been a
him.
huge thing.
Yeah, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that definitely could play a part in why these numbers look this way because if you have an injured shoulder, you're not willing to take as much content. So I understand. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But I just feel like we're not gonna come back here after next season and be like, yeah, Dalvin Cook was really good for some team. I think he'll have a role, like as a third down running back.
So if he goes to Miami, he's not going to be effective.
I think Dalvin Cook in Miami, Shane has more explosiveness than him. Jeff Wilson is not bad either.
He has more explosive because he's faster, yes.
Raheem Mostert is one of the fastest
32.
running backs in the league. I don't know.
It's not all about speed, though, sometimes.
It's not all
Is
about
Miami
speed.
the only destination for him?
But that's
I think
it.
that's the
Baltimore,
best
yeah,
situation.
but Baltimore also is one of those that
And Baltimore,
any running back.
just to talk about that for a little bit, I actually do like that fit a lot with Dalvin. I don't know what J.K. Dobbins is doing. I don't know why he is stuck up on his contract. He has no say in that right now. He's been injured too much for him to have any demands. So I don't know.
Dalvin going to Baltimore would be attractive.
That'd be fire.
It'd be attractive.
It'll add a different dynamic to the offense.
But I think anyone getting Dalvin is going to get him in a role. It's not going to be as a lead back. And because of that,
Miami, I feel like it would
he'd
be
a
lead.
back.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think he would lead the team in
rookie Devon
attempts.
You think they'll run the ball as much though?
He'll still lead the team in attempts.
Yeah.
I think.
Off the
A-Chain's just kind of small. I don't think he could handle it for a full workload. Wilson, Mostert get banged up.
Okay.
I know I said it like shit before, but team run block win rate, the Vikings were 18th. They had a 71% win rate, and 32nd was the New England Patriots at 68%.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Vikings' run blocking offensive line isn't great, but I do take credit away from that when they're not facing stacked boxes. Because of the attention you got to give Justin Jefferson,
Facts.
you're facing light boxes, and against light boxes, Dalvin Cook wasn't effective.
So even still, in light boxes, the line's still that bad.
Yeah, but Dalvin Cook wasn't effective either.
I to a degree, I understand where you're coming from. I understand.
Yeah,
where you're
and it's
coming
just running backs, when they get this much usage, it's very alarming. I think Dalvin already has over 1,000 rushing attempts for his
Dalvin's
career.
27 years old, if I'm not.
27 and 28.
Like, for example, like Jeff Wilson's on the Dolphins. Last season, he was on two teams on Miami and San Francisco, and he had 860 yards for 5 touchdowns, 5 yards an attempt. For his career, he has 474 attempts, and he's 27 years old. Dalvin Cook.
But also, Jeff Wilson gets hurt.
He does. Dalvin Cook is 27 and has 1,282 attempts.
It's just different levels of
Dalvin Cook was
running back.
No, I know, but I'm saying even though they're the same age,
I gotcha.
Dalvin Cook has 3 times the
I
mileage of
gotcha.
him.
And also, it's not fair to mention Derrick Henry, who's older than both of those guys.
He's just
but
an
just
outlier,
easily has more touches than him, but the body types are just
physique is
drastic.
just-
And even Derrick
Truly
Henry,
nuts.
he's still elite,
I
but
he gets
agree.
hurt.
I get
He's
where you're
still
coming from. Let's just
losing.
not say it. Let's just
he's
not say
still
it.
losing some
Out of
of that
respect for the
juice.
kid.
Yeah,
Out of respect for the
I
kid.
love Derrick
I'm
Henry.
with you. I'm with you.
But he's losing some of that
yeah,
juice.
unfortunately. It breaks my heart.
Yeah, he gets hurt still, but he's
The tackles broken isn't as much as they used to be. It's still high, but not as
Look,
much.
you want to talk about stacking boxes? You're not accounting for Treylon. You're accounting for Derrick Henry.
Just wait till this
Yeah.
year, man. Shit's
I'm
gonna open
excited.
up.
No, I'm excited. Treylon should
Great
be
training
decent.
camp. They say he looks fast and
Yeah,
lean.
like he just said in the last segment, every
you get
training
fooled
camp.
by training camp a lot.
I love training camp, man.
Like I said, it's gonna be
As a
cheap.
Jets
It's gonna
fan,
be
there's usually not a
Chige.
lot of good news around. Training camp,
Uh-huh.
always good news.
Like I said, it's gonna
My
be
last training
Chige.
camp, Poole got punched.
Wasn't great for the basketball.
Wasn't ideal, you know. It wasn't the
Gino
fit.
got punched.
Oh,
That was
he did.
preseason,
That
yeah.
was. I
But
thought
then
that
they
was.
cut the guy.
Yeah.
They cut him because he got beat up.
No, they
No,
cut the guy who punched
him.
Gino.
He was like some or like some.
That'd be
I
crazy.
think they broke.
No name
Did he
linebacker.
break Gino's
yeah.
jaw?
He missed games.
Bobby Portis broke Miritich jaw. Yeah.
Wait,
think
and
he
then
went to the
Miritich
Euro League
left. Facts.
And one MVP.
No, he's been a
actually
demon
good.
over there.
Oh,
I know
yeah,
he is.
No, yeah, Bobby Portis knocked Miritich out, man. I don't know.
Probably did Miritich a
Sleeping
favor
on my guy
because now
Chige.
No, I'm high on him. I think he's
Chige
really
is
good.
Dells, I
really
don't think
good.
you said the
Yeah.
teams. 'Cause I think Baltimore is
Jono-
a bright spot.
Jono
I don't
Smith
think you
times
said a
two.
team where you think.
he said Miami.
Miami.
Think Miami.
I think Miami's his best fit. I know the Jets. Robert Saleh
They're all
said
in on
that.
Dobbins.
I just don't know how Dalvin's gonna look in more of like a read option type offense where Lamar is playing more in shotgun. I feel like he does most of his damage with Kirk under center. He
agree.
get that lead
I
up.
agree.
So I don't know if that's the best fit for him. I know Saleh said they're gonna look into Dalvin Cook. Brees Hall is. There's some mixed reports out
I'm
there
worried.
about
I'm worried.
if he's gonna be ready for Week 1 or not. I think Brees Hall is just like a one-of-one type athlete. Remember last year when I was doing my breakout running backs, he had his athletic score was 9.99. It was like one of the best athletic scores we've ever seen in running back history.
He's a dog.
So I think he's an outlier in terms of like kind of coming back from injuries. So I'm hopeful, but the fact that Saleh basically said we're not interested in DHop, and he didn't say it, but we are interested in Dalvin, there's something there.
So you think he might go to the Jets?
Not being interested in D-Hop is ridiculous.
It's nuts.
Do
It
you have
makes
the
no
money for
sense.
D-Hop?
We actually, I think we have like the 6-month cap space right now.
To be honest with you, bro, the fact that you have Aaron Rodgers and you're not interested in
I
bringing
don't know
another
why.
receiver, it's stupid.
I don't know why.
Because Garrett Wilson, opposite of DeAndre Hopkins,
fucking
I'm going to be
problem.
real with you. I'm talking about you guys being the best offense in the game.
OD. I don't know why they're not
What's going
interested.
on?
Wish I could tell you.
Yeah, he's
Is
a
D-Hop
Joe
injuries?
Douglas guy.
Is D-Hop injury concern? Is that
Huh?
what's pushing him
think
off?
so.
Joe Douglas got you the best quarterback you've ever had in your life.
Literally by far.
Aaron Rodgers chose us. We didn't choose it. We didn't get
Screaming.
him.
Wow.
John Elway got Peyton Manning, so that's my guy. But
And that's not. Is that not facts though?
What?
Rodgers chose us. The Jets didn't
Yeah,
get
but
Aaron.
also Joe Douglas building this roster.
Hey,
helps.
getting in Nathaniel Hackett.
For
Getting
sure.
Hackett helps.
Say thank you.
for sure.
Saleh's
For sure.
Say thank you.
For sure.
Say thank you.
But Aaron Rodgers chose
Are
us.
you going to say thank you?
You hate Nathaniel Hackett.
No, I'm talking to him, to Joe Douglas.
Listen, thank you for getting us an offense coordinator that Russ was going to succeed with.
There's always.
Thank you very much.
Listen, the statistics are crazy behind Nathaniel Hackett. He honestly was an idiot. The fact that he
Not
didn't
the
change
perfectly
play
covered
action
plays
is so
one, huh?
stupid.
No, as a head coach, he's awful, bro. Oh, no pushback there.
Fucking
He's
Christ.
he's
He's
shit.
an idiot.
Wasn't great clock management.
He ran the
wasn't
least
finished
play
guys.
action in the league. Meanwhile, Russ is
is
the
best,
play
yeah.
action king.
Some guys are better as assistant coaches. Look at Nate Shirley.
Some guys are just better at drawing the plays up, giving it to
O'Brien?
the big dog.
O'Brien was a good head coach.
He was solid. He was solid.
Definitely wasn't Hackett.
Hey, just definitely no GM. That was
No,
ridiculous.
fuck no. David Johnson in a second for D-Hop.
So now we did a Vikings segment, but I want to
Do we have a
try to
wiki?
predict the Bears' schedule
Here we
next
go.
season.
Riv.
Because I think, between the Bears and Vikings, who people want to see more, probably the Bears,
We
right?
tag team.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna say
feeling
yeah.
Feels
No, for sure.
So you're tag teaming.
Tag team?
What the
You guys
hell?
are gonna tag team the Bears?
You're not a DJ Moore fan.
Yes. What the fuck?
He is.
I definitely am.
He said
Yo,
Deontay Johnson was
Deontay.
better.
Yo, but also sleep on a comeback season for Deontay.
Deontay he just had no touchdowns. So weird.
Sleep on it.
But Deontay's nice.
Because you want to talk about target share?
I'll allow you.
So
Deontay
what?
Johnson was top. I think he's top 8 in target share.
DJ
Yo,
Moore
bro, is
clears.
it cool if I hold the mic like this from here on out?
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't make
All right, bro. Just
no
because I want my
difference.
boy Dehls to be shown. All right, sweet, bro.
More clears?
Is this a Justin
More
Fields
clears.
breakout year?
Really?
Yes.
Because Moore had a down year last year.
He
But
did.
more clear the year before that.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Cleared?
Yes.
Lost me.
Rib,
Just
is this
every
a
year.
Is this a Justin Fields breakout year?
Yes. Yes.
Every
Yes.
year we think
Last
it's
year was
CJ
the
Moore's
breakout.
best quarterback, and then every year we say it the year after.
It's always year 3.
It was Teddy. It was Darnold. It was K.
was
it
Baker
Was
at one
last year
point.
not the
Baker.
breakout?
For who?
For
No,
Fields?
last year was the coming
Fields.
out party. Coming out party.
Coming out party.
This is the breakout.
We need to see the
What are we
passing.
doing here?
We need to see the passing.
Coming out, breakout.
It's like when somebody wins MIP
I know what you mean.
and then they go for the MVP.
I think what he's
But
saying
the
is
MIP
that
is the breakout. You broke out.
I think last year Justin Fields was sending out
There it
RSVPs.
is.
This year's a party.
This year now it's like
Roy
you
Mark
can't
Party's
get in.
here.
breakout.
Yeah.
Also, his coming out party.
You sometimes you can have both.
SGA, kind of in between.
No,
You
this
can
is
argue
breakout.
coming out
Breakout.
party was Cleveland because he was a good role player for them.
SGA. This is the breakout.
He changed the narrative on himself.
You
in
know what?
Cleveland.
Now it's clicking.
Sometimes can be
Austin
both.
Reeves, WCF, breakout. I got it.
Coming out party.
Sure.
Yo, you're right. It was his
Coming out
coming out party
party.
because the world realized that he's generational.
I guess you could say that. Yes.
Got
And
it.
now
got
can
it.
be his breakout because now the world knows he's elite. You know.
It's not gonna get any more open.
Clip that.
jumpers.
Clip it.
No clue.
You're cooked. You just said Austin Reeves is elite.
I
It's
don't
clipped.
want to be rude.
clipped.
You know what? Let's just meet at a
Bro,
healthy
you're a new
medium.
man.
Meet at a healthy medium. We're talking about my beers here.
Here we go.
Your beers.
My
Alcoholic.
What are
I don't
the
drink beer.
odds?
You drink beer.
I love it.
Sick.
What are the odds the Bears go from worst to first?
There's a
Solid
probably the
chance.
best chance. Ooh, them or the Jets have the best chance.
I would say Bears.
I'll give him a
Is there a better
48%
chance that the Bears come in first than come in last again?
Ooh. No,
This
'cause the
division 1
division's
through
pretty
4
good.
could go anyway. I'll be honest.
I wanted to say that statement, but I don't feel
I
confident.
think the
in
Bears
it.
can come in last again, but it won't be a bad record like last year. I think
Okay.
it'll be a good 6-7 wins. Which
So
I
let's
think is
predict their record.
we
First
go.
good.
game
I'm
up.
letting you know now. You need to be on point because I'm being
Okay.
very, 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 very nasty. Here we go.
First game up at home versus the Packers.
I think we can get that one.
That's split against the Packers. You win at
Yes,
home.
we split. We get that one.
All right, 1-0.
On the road to Tampa Bay.
We can
We win.
definitely get that one. Yes.
All right, 2-0.
On the road to KC.
That's an L.
All right, 2-1.
They go back home and face the Denver Broncos.
I take L.
That's an L.
Yes.
All right, 2-2.
On the road against the Commanders.
We can get that one. That's
Washington,
a
they
50-50.
They're
win.
sneaky though.
They could win.
It's a
Commanders are
50-50.
sneaky.
I think we can get that one.
Who's starting for them? Is it Brissett or is it Howell?
Don't care.
That team's kind of a mess.
we-
How's
run
the
the road?
future?
On the road.
I think they could beat the Commanders.
I also think we can.
Commanders might have the worst.
It's a
You didn't-
50-50
You didn't
game,
ask
though.
my opinion, but I think it's a loss.
Don't care. W.
All right, 3-2.
At home versus the Vikings.
We'll split. So we can take this
Okay,
one.
All right, 4-2.
At home versus the Raiders.
you win that. There's
5 and
no way
2.
they're 5-2.
I'm dead.
No
On,
way's happening.
on the road versus the Chargers.
It's an L.
L.
5-3.
On the road versus the Saints.
It's an L.
5-4.
Versus the Panthers.
This
At
is a tough
home?
one.
Home.
Home. Yeah, we take this one.
I'll give it
6-4.
On the
Okay.
road against the Lions.
L.
Yeah, we'll take
Split.
this L.
6-5.
On the road against the Vikings.
Split.
This is the
L.
L.
Okay, 6-6.
At home versus the Lions.
This is the one.
Yep.
We get it.
7-6.
On the road versus the Browns.
It's an L.
L.
7-7.
Home versus the Cardinals. Kyler probably
Don't
back
care.
by this
W.
time.
I think that's a W. Kyler, even if he comes back this
This
year,
will
I
be
don't think
rusty.
he's going to be 100%.
8-7.
Home versus the Falcons.
Ooh.
Mm.
Listen, this one's up to you. You know where
At
I'm
home
thinking.
versus the Falcons.
We're home.
Give me Fields over Ritter.
I'm dead.
Take a W.
9-7.
Week 18 on the road, Lambeau Field versus
They
the
have it.
Packers.
That's the L.
Green Bay takes it.
9 wins.
9-8.
I
That's
think we
possible.
can legitimately do it.
That's
No cap.
possible. I think this is probably the
Best case scenario.
Yeah,
We're here for it.
grass is green.
a lot of-
Well,
this
Joel,
schedule-
do you want us to do the prediction also?
Yeah,
The
let's
schedule
do it.
isn't horrible. It's
It's
not.
not.
Bad. It's really
All
not
All right,
that
so
bad.
read it out.
You wanna redo it, or you just wanna go back and revise the wins they gave them that we think are losses?
It's a lot of 50-50s in it.
Because they have a win versus the Commanders.
I think
That's a
that's a
50-50.
loss.
I think on the road that's a loss
Okay.
as well.
8 and 9.
So 8 and 9. Let's see what else.
We split versus all the division
teams, yeah.
I think
beating the Falcons.
I could go either
Falcons
way.
is a toss up.
It is.
I
a
think the
toss-up.
Panthers too.
Toss-up.
Even
That's a
Panthers.
toss-up.
Panthers are a better team than the Bears.
Yeah.
So I think the Panthers could beat the Bears on the road.
I'd say 50-50.
50-50 for sure.
But I think we're home. I think the home advantage.
When is that? What day or what?
November 9th.
November, Chicago for Bryce.
But that Panthers defense is legit.
Yeah, it
Solid.
is.
I think this Bears defense can be improved. I mean, they were terrible last year, so it's going to be
Bears
Anything will
offense
be
is going to
better.
be locked in.
Anything will be better.
Bears
So
offense will be
basically,
locked in.
between they had the Bears winning against the Panthers and the Falcons. Do we think any of those will be a loss?
I say the Falcons is the one I'd feel. Panthers are a tough team to to really
Young's
discuss
been
just
doing well
because
at
of the
camp.
rookie quarterback. Oh no, I don't doubt
Everyone
that. I
is.
think Bryce is going to be very good in this league.
I just say I think the Bears go 7-10.
I respect that.
Yeah,
I think that's fine. That's 7 through 9. I can't call you crazy.
I think that their kind of like area for where they finish will be 7 to 9. No, 6 to 8. My bad.
6 to 8. Okay.
6 to 8.
I think
They'll finish around that area.
I think worst case scenario would be
7.
6 wins. I think best case scenario is 10 wins. If Fields has a coming out party and he could take that leap and become a really great quarterback, they could win those games against the Falcons, the Commanders.
Did you hear already though, Chase Claypool, that they're
yeah.
not
No,
happy with
he's
him
not
on and
moved.
off?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not moved.
I told you I couldn't even say Brown is gonna get those snaps.
As long as Darnell Mooney
Felix
and,
Nah,
Jones.
it's
Moore
it's
locked in.
Darnell and his DJ.
As long as they're locked
Cole
in.
Kmet,
They signed
Khalil Herbert, Rashawn
Robert
Johnson.
Tonyan.
They signed Tanyan. Yep.
Facts. Forgot about that. I think Cole Kmet really
The Bears
is
are
gonna
gonna
have
be
a good
a-
year this year.
Like I think the
Last
Bears
year was his year.
The Bears will
Yeah.
be a top 12 offense.
The Bears will be in almost every single game. Last year they
were.
had a
They had
ton
a
of
lot of
Top
one
12
loss
games.
games.
Top 12 offense.
Yes.
It's not crazy.
The Bears will be a
Because
top
of
12 offense.
Justin, excuse me, that's not crazy.
Yeah.
It's not in like I don't know if that's
They were in so many games and their defense
who would
failed
be a
them.
better offense, the Broncos or you guys?
I would probably bet on you guys.
I agree. Are we going to be a top 12 offense?
No, it doesn't fit my agenda.
But that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, to close the year, the Bears are one of the best offenses in the league.
Hey, the last 2 weeks of the season,
Actually, I might take that back. Is Javonte healthy?
God
TBD.
willing,
You have Judy. No, I think
Cortland?
the only thing with you guys is
Timmy,
the only thing with you guys is you have
Mims?
Peyton and Russ could bounce back. So it's
and our offensive line's going to be amazing.
yeah, but that's why it's like it's tough. Like that's not. But DJ clears all your receivers. Darnell's really good.
Wait for Judy.
I'm not waiting.
Wait.
Um,
Ex receiver
Is
this
this
year.
year 5, Judy?
Year 4.
bro didn't even have a year 4. Nuts.
He's going to solidify himself. Top 25 receiver this year. I said it last year, but this year is actually going to come
Top
to fruition.
25.
You want to know why? What's the difference? Last year, he wasn't our X. This year, it should be no question that's our X.
Congrats.
No, I honestly really appreciate that because it's a matter of fucking time.
To close the year, he was great.
I'll say floor is 7 wins. Ceiling is 10.
Floor is 6.
7.
6, 7.
Come on, tomatoes
Whatever.
tomato, Joel.
6 to 8 wins is where the Bears finish. Right?
I'm
How
glad
about-
you adjusted yourself saying
7.
7 to 9 because that's exactly what I said, and I was just like, all right, come on, dude.
No, 6 to 8 is I
6 to 8,
think.
okay.
You know.
10.
You think we can lose?
They have high variance.
11
it's up
games?
to Fields, really.
Like you see 11 losses, like a comfortable 11 losses on it. Say 6.
The defense is going to be one of the worst in the league.
Need Fields to stay healthy.
I wouldn't say worse.
Defense is going to be better.
It'll be
but
like-
it's
It
not
will
great.
be
Great.
one of the
I
worst
don't,
in
I
the
don't
league.
know.
22nd.
I would say I don't know if they're going to be top
22nd,
20
23rd.
defense.
Let me ask
Oh,
you a
yeah.
question,
That's
Joel.
a stretch.
What's
One of the
more
worst.
likely, just because I'm feeling goofy today,
Here we
that
go.
Justin Fields has a Jalen Hurts breakout
Mm.
or the Bears have the number 1 overall pick next year?
The Bears have the number 1 overall pick next year.
Wow.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Wow.
What's more likely? Justin Fields becomes a top 5 quarterback?
I said
No,
Jalen
no, no, no.
Hurts.
Just
Like
he could just
breakout,
have a
he could
Jalen
just be
Hurts.
really
he can have a
like,
Jalen
he
Hurts.
improves
He already
a
has
lot.
the rushing yards, bro.
The
He-
shit is Jalen Hurts is tough. He
But
just became an
but
MVP.
Jalen Hurts has put himself in the top 5,
well,
top 6
to
quarterback
be fair,
conversation.
Philly also is the
Team
best
is
team in the league.
insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
If Justin Fields throws 25 to 30 touchdowns, has a 1K rushing yards, what are we doing here? It's kind of like.
Do you want me to read
pretty
you the
relevant.
Bears front 4?
No, they're
Travis Gibson, Andrew
Elite.
Billings, Justin Jones, and DeMarcus Walker.
Sounds like a magnificent front for the man.
don't do that.
Then it's T.J. Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds
Their
who they
linebacker-
picked up.
They
Cornerback's
really
not
went.
bad.
They went back.
Yeah.
Their secondary is pretty solid. Their linebackers they picked
they're
up.
young, too.
It's the
Secondary
defensive
it
line.
took some time though, because
It did. Yes.
They're young though. Brisker, Jalen Johnson. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Usually
Jalen
you see
Johnson
teams,
regressed.
you know,
Kyler
build in the
Gordon
trenches,
was one of
then
the
go
worst
out.
corners
they
last
took
year.
an O lineman, correct, with their
Darnell
first round
Wright,
pick.
yeah.
Facts.
Darnell, right? Yeah.
Jalen
Listen,
Johnson
I
was hurt
think
last year.
their offense will be fine, but their defense is going to be. They're going to give up a lot of points.
To be fair though, they gave up a lot of points last year, and they didn't have a good offense. Well, they didn't have the weapons they have now.
Yeah, but now you have a team. You have teams
Justin
that
kept
have
him in a lot of games.
film on the Bears offense.
But
now
they had
and how
film
they
with
run.
bums.
I was gonna say, and I mentioned it a lot. They lost a lot of games by 1 score last year.
You could
Bums.
have-
It's the same roster. You just added DJ Moore.
No.
I'll be honest. You could have Phil. Justin Fields
That's
could
not
make
true.
that shit
Tremaine
fucking
Edmonds-
happen, bro.
No, I'm saying offensively.
DJ Moore changes a lot.
Yeah,
He
but
changed a
DJ
ton.
Moore does change a lot. You add an offensive lineman,
and change
Darnell
shit for the
Wright,
Panthers
They had Baker Mayfield.
and
yeah.
Sam Darnold and
They
Teddy
both
Bridgewater.
stink.
They're-
They're
oh,
second
And he-
stringers.
with Teddy,
Justin
with Teddy
Fields better than
Bridgewater, he
all
had
of them.
1,000,
was
over
good.
1,000. He had 3 straight seasons of over 1,000. And I'm not even this huge DJ Moore fan. It's just
low
acknowledging
touchdowns.
him.
DJ Moore
I
won
know.
him a game
I
if he
think DJ
take
Moore's
his helmet
a
off.
good receiver.
Yeah,
He's a good receiver.
it's great.
He's good.
All right, maybe great.
No, he's great.
He's a number
No,
one.
he is great. DJ's top
What's
20.
great?
He's not great.
Top 20 is great.
Top 20 is not great.
He's
Really, really good.
He's-
Let's go. Right.
Yo, you asked Big Play Slay. Would you call Mike Williams great?
no, I would not.
Big Play Slay said that
He's a cornerback that plays.
I respect Big Play Slay. We disagree. No wrong with that.
He disagreed with somebody recently. One of us. Who was it?
Me.
Yes, you.
Yeah,
what-
because
what
I said
was-
Amon
what-
Ra is like that.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
said
yeah.
he said he disagreed. Yeah.
Like, would you have Amon-Ra above Mike Williams?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
no question.
We're talking about
yeah,
here.
do you
Big
agree
Play
with
Slay
Slay?
didn't say that. No, do I agree with Slave that? No, listen, we're not always going to see eye to eye, but I'm just saying, Big Play says that Mike Will's great.
Listen,
So I'm going to go with what Big Play Slay says.
You hate Mike Will.
I wouldn't say I hate him. I think he's overrated, but I understand that he's
Bears
good.
camp has been amazing. I mean, keeping
All I'm
tabs.
saying is that DJ Moore, like, if he's my number one receiver, I'm not totally comfortable with it.
You're
Going
much more
into
happy
last year,
than with
I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
just spit. Going into last year, DJ Moore was what? Top 15, top 20, easy?
Around.
So now he's top 20.
Never had a quarterback.
He's been considered great for some time.
Never had a competent.
Never
quarterback.
elite. Never elite.
He probably would never be elite.
He's like that.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that Terry McLaurin is better than DJ Moore, but that's a similar company.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
you call Terry McLaurin great.
I think Terry McLaurin is I think
agree.
he's way better
There's a
than
diff-
DJ
I
Moore.
agree. I agree with you.
Like I do.
I agree.
why?
Terry's amazing.
No. I'm saying, why are we knocking DJ Moore?
I'm not.
I'm not
I
knocking
just
DJ
called him
Moore.
great.
I'm just saying he doesn't change an entire offense around.
He doesn't change an offense that lost a lot of games on
It'll
one
be-
score.
Do
it'll
you know
be
when it
better.
changes a lot? When you had nothing.
They had
They
nothing.
had Chase Claypool running the one.
Darnell
at
is
times.
good.
Like-
He's not a one, unfortunately.
No.
But as a
They was
two,
running out
Darnell's going
Chase
to be
Claypool,
lit.
Listen,
Equinox, St. Brown,
I'm gonna
Davis
say
Jones.
this.
a Pringle.
Justin Fields showed a ton of improvement last year to the point that I feel comfortable that he will progress once again.
Top what?
I think that the expectation on him is a bit too much right
He's
now.
got to
in what
enter
he's gonna
top
do.
18.
Wait, so
You
hold
know,
on,
but you know
Top
whose fault that
15
is?
type
That is
territory.
Jalen Hurts' fault. That is Jalen Hurts' fault that the expectations on Justin Fields become so high.
Let me just wrap my head around this. Justin Fields had a K as a rusher. He pretty much broke records. He made
Is now being called the best rushing quarterback
and
in the game.
He made progressions as a passer. Jordan Love has played 3 games in 5 years. Yet you are more confident in the Packers
He did
and
not
Jordan
have to
Love
look like this.
instead of Justin Fields.
The Packers have more of a
They
foundation.
have Romeo Dobbs and Christian Watson.
They have
Respect
more of a.
DJ Moore.
Aaron Jones. Solid offensive line. not
Let me
great.
ask you:
Justin Fields is a better runner than Aaron Jones.
the Packers had a top 5
Is that
offensive
true?
line.
It's
Yes.
The Packers have an elite offensive line.
Yes.
The Packers have a great defense.
We're just talking strictly
Their,
offense.
their receivers are young. I think Christian Watson has upside to be a great receiver in this league.
I agree.
I think Romeo Dobbs is going to be solid at the least.
Is Romeo Dobbs
And then you
or
have
Darnell Mooney?
Mooney.
Listen,
Mooney.
it's
Mooney.
really
Mooney.
close.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Darnell Mooney
Mooney.
had
Mooney.
one
Stop.
shit, and
I
y'all-
saw Mooney cook Jalen Ramsey as a rookie, bro.
He had one play.
Nah,
crazy.
nah,
Oh
Mooney's
my
like
goodness.
that. Mooney is like that.
And they're going to have a
Not
solid
many
running
get
game
one
too.
play on Ramsey.
All I'm saying is that you just said the Bears will have a top 12 offense in the league.
I think they can be.
Last year,
That was crazy.
on their opening drives, they were first. Every drive after the opening drive, they were bottom of the league. Which means the offense got figured out quickly, and this offense was 23rd or 22nd in the league.
Yeah.
For you to think they're going to take 10 jumps
10
because
points,
they
yeah.
added a receiver,
And
I
I
think
also think-
it's too much expectation.
Nah,
on
not
Justin.
just that
it's
they
not
added
just
a
the
receiver.
I think Fields will
There
make
it
an
is.
immense leap.
Yeah, don't undermine that point. 'Cause that's
Jumping
what it
10
is.
offensive
I
spots.
agree.
That's a lot of expectation on Justin Fields.
I-
Listen,
I-
I'm just
I-
saying.
yeah, I have a lot of
I don't-
expectation on Justin
Okay,
Fields.
listen, that's you. I just don't know if
Bro,
you'll
I
reach
thought
that.
you were the Justin Fields guy. You're doing it again.
What do you mean?
That the light is now really shining on an individual. You believed in Justin Fields last year, did you not?
I just said
You
that.
were giving him his praises, but now that it's getting a little bit too much for you, you're getting a little scared.
No, I just said that Justin Fields will progress. I'm comfortable in him progressing.
Yeah, he did say
I
that.
am.
He did say
But
So what
it's
are the
just
expectations? What is that in your opinion? I'm asking.
listen. I think
no
the Bears.
argument
I think the
here.
Bears will be solid. I do. But like this offense is going to take over the league. They're going to be a top 12, top 10 type
take
of
over the league.
offense.
But Riv, top 12. I mean, you're asserting yourself as one
Like
of the
there's a
better
lot
teams
of
in the
there's a
league.
lot of
They can do
teams
it.
that we
If-
can.
If they don't get to 12 and they get to 15, I'm still cool with it.
I would say that's a W.
Yeah, I'm still fine. They're right there.
So let me ask you a
I
question.
think it's their defense we have to
Yeah,
worry.
I
I
agree.
think their offense is going to be
So
fine.
okay. And that's why I don't think they'll win that many games. But okay, let's just go. I know some of these will be easy, but let's just do this anyway. as an offense, Chiefs or Bears?
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Let's go through them.
Chiefs.
Bills,
Bills,
Bills.
Bengals.
Bengals,
Yep.
Jaguars,
Yep.
Chargers. That's 5 already. Ravens.
Yep.
That's 6. Miami.
7.
That's 7. Will the Steelers' offense be better?
I would pick the Bears.
Could go either way.
Ooh, it depends on Canada if he's fired or not.
Yeah, Canada sucks. So
Will the Jets' offense be better?
I'll take the
Most
I'd
Jets.
say the
likely.
Jets,
That's
yeah.
8. Will the Browns' offense be better?
I'll take the Browns.
I would take the Browns also.
That's 9. Will the Broncos' offense be better?
Debatable, but I would probably take the
Toss up,
Broncos.
yeah.
I'm gonna trust my guys.
Okay, and the other ones to toss up, so I don't feel like doing those. That's AFC.
So we just named 10 off rip and then
AFC,
maybe.
though.
That's
Eagles,
not.
Niners,
There's 9
12.
off rip. So then NFC, Eagles,
Yep.
Yes. Cowboys, I give
49ers.
Yep.
you. Yeah.
That's 11. Vikings.
Yeah, Jet is going to still put up 1,800 yards probably.
That's just, yeah. All right. So
Cowboys.
12 is strong.
Cowboys.
12 is strong.
Seahawks.
12 was strong, unfortunately.
Seattle.
What about the Lions?
Probably
Debatable.
go
Probably
Yeah,
go
I
Lions,
mean,
though.
no, most definitely. Lions are one of the most prolific offenses last year.
Like that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying the
So
jump.
I stopped at 15.
And
Solid.
all I'm saying, I think Fields will progress.
Hey, all it takes a couple injuries here and there for these
All it
offenses.
takes is a
You
little
could
bit.
fall-
Somebody.
Listen,
Someone
Miami.
we're not expecting
What
to
did
fall
what did
off.
Miami jump from last year to 2 years ago to last year? Right? We've seen some crazy shit happen.
Kirk Cousins could regress.
A lot
I mean,
of
I
things
also
could
say
happen.
Yeah,
Tua
but-
is
Jettas
Tua.
could get triple
Hey,
team.
I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
Tyreek.
a big reason for that was
Tyreek
Brian
and
Flores
McDaniel.
to Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
Brian Flores wasn't a bad coach, but he definitely wasn't one that was going to benefit
not an
the
offensive
offense.
mind.
100%.
And then you look at the Bears; it's the same
100%.
coaching staff from
Correct.
last year to this year. You know, it could get better. I'm just saying. I think Justin Fields will progress enough for the Bears to feel comfortable for him coming into year 4. But I mean, you didn't you read it the other day? We read the MVP odds, and Fields is like top 10.
He is.
Like that type of
Because-
hype. I'm
yeah.
sowing. I'm
he did
breaking on a little
he
bit.
did almost just break the record for rushing yards by a quarterback.
Listen, that's amazing. I think,
But that's why.
But-
There's hype.
the rushing yards part is amazing. Fields is electric. I called him the best rushing quarterback in the league. I do believe he is. But the off-target numbers,
No,
the accuracy numbers
They're still
are
alarming.
still
I do want to
concerning.
say Dante Pettis and Equinox St. Brown played 17 games.
Comenius. Yep.
Yeah. They played for the Bears.
Now, the receiving core was terrible, but it's
wasn't
the
good.
defense.
Both things can be true.
It's the defense.
The receiving core was terrible, but I just feel like too many times when quarterbacks struggle in certain statistics, we just want to point at the lack of talent when part of it is also the
yeah,
quarterback.
both things can be true.
You know, I think
I think it is both.
I need to see him be more accurate on a consistent enough basis
doubt.
for me to fully buy in that hype for him being a superstar quarterback.
Yeah, it's just the path is there because he is so just electric as a runner. His ability to extend plays is like one of him and Lamar. I mean, they're really in a tier of their own. I guess you could throw Josh Allen there if you want to as well. But if he's able to make that step as a passer, that's when the top 15, like I know we're talking about teams like the Cowboys and Chargers, but if he's able to make that jump while being this insane rusher, they could be one of the top offenses in the league. It's just the defense. Can they stop these teams from scoring 30 points against them? That's going to decide if they win 6 games or 9 games.
It's possible. Now, NBA offseason rumors, the big thing right now is Bradley Beal.
Mark. Look, short job.
That's why I was fine goofing around to start.
Before we get into Bradley Beal, though, just real quick, let's touch on this. The Pelicans interested in Scoot
I
Henderson.
bet they are.
It's been rumored that
Everybody
Zion
is.
might be on the way
I'm
out
interested
if
in
this
Scoot.
were to happen.
Take it as you will.
But the Hornets want Brandon Ingram. It was reported they want Brandon Ingram and not Zion.
How do you feel about that, Drew?
If the Hornets, I'm sorry, Drew. I'd have to say.
No, have
something.
fun.
I've been
Might be a good thing,
Give me-
honestly. The Hornets always make the
I've
run.
been giving Brandon Ingram some praise. He's a good player, solid basketball
Him.
player, 3-level scorer, great playmaker. If the Hornets trade that pick for Brandon Ingram and that pick becomes Scoot Henderson, failure. Absolute.
You think so?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know if I agree with that.
in a lot of mock drafts we did, well, we only did 2, but
Yeah.
in the first one we did, you took Brandon Miller.
And then the second one, I reversed back and took Scoot.
To be fair, to defend Riv here, I think you took Brandon Miller because you believe that that's what the Hornets were going to do, correct?
Yes.
That's it.
That's not what you were going to do,
What?
ever?
I,
Take Brandon
we
Miller?
just did a mock.
You know what? To be fair, I did say you're losing Scoop privileges to me because of that moment as well.
Wait. Why are we acting like we not just did a mock and I just took Scoot at 2? Why
You
didn't-
did.
I
And
just
I
did
gave.
that.
That's
Well,
why.
I'm just saying if
But I do remember at that time.
I'm just
He's
saying,
right.
let's just say if the Hornets were to take Brandon Miller, if they trade the pick for Brandon Ingram, then I don't think that's horrible.
Just a
If they
better
were going to take
version.
Miller,
The thing
anyway.
is, I think that the idea in mind is that the Pelicans want Scoot. So if they're going to trade with the Hornets, they're going to force the Hornets to take
What does
Scoot.
a LaMelo Brandon Ingram look like?
not great, and this team is still not good.
But maybe this allows LaMelo to be a little less playmaking, and a little bit more aggressive on the offensive side in terms of scoring, just because obviously Brandon Ingram does provide that playmaking aspect as well.
They're just
They're
so
just
far
gonna ping
away.
pong from
The
each
Hornets
other.
are so far away from being any sort of
a
competitive.
Brandon Ingram move doesn't jumpstart
No.
your team from when they're at the bottom. It
Save
doesn't.
the cap space,
They
take
were-
the rookie on the rookie deal,
What
and
if
go from there.
It's
They were
LaMelo.
playing team 2 years in a row.
That does not move.
I don't say that, but from what they were last season, to get back to where they were,
A playing team.
to continue to build.
I mean,
I mean, a team could be LaMelo,
Celtics, Bucks, Sixers,
Brandon
round
Ingram,
one.
Miles Bridges comes back.
that's a potential.
Mark Williams is good.
It's true.
Was that a first round exit? Maybe.
Probably.
I don't know, bro. Look at the Pelicans team played like ass for how many weeks in a row. Then Brandon Ingram started to play Brandon Ingram basketball, and he put
They
them,
got to
he
the
salvaged and saved them to play in. Now you add LaMelo to the mix. I agree with you. The Hornets are not a destination that I'm glamoring about, but
I just
we see what they did without Brandon
have,
Ingram.
You have Hayward on contract. You have Terry on a contract.
Hayward's
you have Mark
expiring.
Williams. Now you're bringing in Brandon Ingram.
That's
Like,
not.
where's
That's not.
the where are you? Then you're gonna have to pay LaMelo soon, probably like next year.
Yeah, but that's
Where's
fine.
the direction? I don't understand where you're going with all this. You know, like it's just too.
Well,
like
Hayward
they're like an-
expires. I think Terry's expiring too.
not for like another 2-3 years.
Hayward expires this year or
Yes.
this. No, I mean next offseason.
Yes.
I'm trying to say
Terry's
this
locked
without trying to sound.
Does he have another extension?
I think it's extension started with Charlotte.
I want to say this without sounding like I'm overpraising them. I feel like is me saying they're a high end playing team wrong?
No,
That's how I see it.
I don't. Then why trade for Brandon Ingram? If that's
But
your
that,
goal.
no, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, the goal is to obviously make the playoffs.
At that
but
point,
that's why I
just-
say high end. That's not out of the realm. of
Well, question:
possibility.
if the Hornets have LaMelo, Ingram, Bridges is back,
I'm not as
is
high on
that
Bridges as you.
is
so.
that not a
But
similar
Bridges
core to
still
the Cavaliers
what?
with Garland and Mitchell
Evan
and Mobley?
Yo, bro,
Oh,
what?
Evan Mobley. I think
Nah,
he's the-
no.
What are you trying? No, I know what he's
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to do.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I think
What do you
Mobley's
mean?
good. They don't have a third.
know what he's trying to do, and it's
Brandon
not
Ingram or
working.
Donovan Mitchell?
Donovan Mitchell.
Mitchell, right?
Yeah.
But is it close?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What about Garland and LaMelo?
it's close.
Give me LaMelo.
And Mobley and who?
You stopped.
Don't see on Miles Bridges.
This is where the disconnect
Bro,
is.
you see that Mobley's growing without shoes 6'11".
They all lied. bro.
They did
They're
that for
lying.
like 30
they're
players.
They're trolling.
Oh,
They're trolling.
really?
Yeah, they're
Just a
trolling. You
troll.
got caught.
Oh damn.
Because I think it
Thanks,
happened.
bro. I
I think it
appreciate
actually happened to
honesty.
one person. Then I just saw a bunch of people do it.
Miles Bridges is 20-8, man.
You defending him is insane.
You don't know how
It's just a player, not a person.
What's
just
Charlotte's
player.
identity?
Great question.
Great
At that
transition
point, though,
team.
get out and run.
That's cute.
Get
And then
out
with
and run.
Steve Clifford, they'll
Bro,
have a top
teams-
defense.
What? With
What do you-
LaMelo, Brandon Ingram, Miles. Yo, bro.
Guess
What,
not.
Steve
Nasty.
Clifford is an amazing
Nah,
defensive
but the
head coach.
defense really is
you have to
ass.
have the personnelity.
Dennis
to a
Smith
degree.
Jr. was
Mark
almost
Williams.
an
No. Mark Williams came in and changed that defensive unit
What
around.
was their defensive rating this year?
There's
Let me
no way
check.
it was good.
No way, right?
No way it's like top 20.
It was 20th,
I was gonna say, was
so
it,
Brandon Ingram
let me ask you-
fixes that?
was it 115? I'm bugging.
115.3.
Fucking dog.
So you telling me
just-
bringing in Brandon
I
Ingram,
got way too personal. with
bringing
this
in
one.
Miles Bridges, what does that up it? You don't know. You just.
No, listen, I think it's a fun team.
What was their offensive rating? That's
I mean,
more.
we're all about the
intriguing
fun.
to me.
Yeah, it's cool.
But I'm saying Steve Clifford is a great defensive head coach, and he has a track record of having great defensive teams.
What was the teams he had? I don't even remember.
Oh, their offense rate was 30th.
Yeah,
Oof.
they were terrible.
Well, LaMelo
But
missed a
Miles
lot.
comes
Yeah.
in lit.
What,
Now you bring
what
in
was
Brandon
Steve,
Ingram,
What was Steve
lit.
Clifford's past team? Charlotte, the Bobcats.
The 17-18 season, he was with the Hornets, and their best players were Kemba, Dwight Howard, Jeremy Lamb, Batum, Kaminsky.
That was Dwight Howard.
Their defensive rating was
100 more
16.
impressive after leaving the
You
Rockets.
said Dwight Howard. Who?
Kemba, Batum.
Batum was a good defender.
The 15-16 season, they went 48-34. The team was Kemba, Batum, Marvin Williams, Jeremy Lin, Zeller, Kaminsky, Jeremy Lamb, Al Jefferson. Not a good team.
Yeah.
And they were the 8th defensive rating.
8th?
hmm That's what I'm saying. Like, he's had a track record of,
Well, he was 20 now. He was 20 this year. So
yeah, well, everybody was injured.
everybody was indeed. I mean, the
And
defenders.
20th, given everybody was injured like that,
Well,
is
most
okay.
of the guys that was injured aren't the defenders.
I guess you're right, but you don't think that Steve Clifford can have LaMelo buy in on defense? You don't
That's a
think
Drew- that's a
Ingram
Drew
can't
question.
buy in on defense?
He can.
That's
He
a true
can.
question.
He can. It's in the blood, bro.
Ingram he's a good off-ball defender. I mean, he's playing with Willie Green. Steve Clifford.
All I'm saying is that I think the defense would be okay.
But what does the team look like?
I mean, they were 20th. I think it would be okay as well.
Well, the offense
The
would be really
offense
good.
No, the offense would
improved
be amazing.
significantly.
So high-end playing team?
High-end playing.
Yeah, they could be, yeah.
So you just traded away the number 2 pick for a high-end playing team?
I mean, number 2 pick, you're still whatever.
Let's not can Scoop be better than Brandon Ingram?
Yes.
Okay. By a significant margin, in your opinion.
Margin out of, I don't know.
So if it's marginal as is, and your team improves now, especially when you're trying to maximize LaMelo and not trying
I
to
just
have
think
him
getting
leave
Brandon
town.
Ingram kind of like limits your improvement on the
So
team.
would you rather Zion or Brandon Ingram?
Neither. Oh, from Charlotte?
Answer the question, yeah.
Take the chance on Zion.
Probably take the chance on
That's
Zion.
it.
He has a
That's
higher
the only
ceiling.
thing I don't like.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm the Hornets, I want to bring in Zion. You want to talk about getting out in transition? That would be
Oh, yeah,
very.
yeah,
but I agree that it's safer to go Brandon Ingram.
If I'm the Hornets, just keep
Let me
the
ask you a question, bro.
I would
You're
just keep
smirking
the
at
pick.
me when I'm talking about Zion. Why are you doing that? I got your ass.
It's just hilarious, bro.
I'm with Dehls. I'll probably just keep the
Listen, because I'm a huge Zion fan.
Yeah, I know. So
I
why
am.
are you smirking at me?
Because the
play.
injury thing is concerning.
This guy.
Like,
man.
I'm not-
Do you stick to anything?
I stick to things all the time. But it's just
Hey yo, come on.
when
What are
we're
we doing here?
talking about Zion,
It's an insane
it's
thing
just
to say.
like you're so adamant he will stay on the court, he will be amazing.
God forbid I have faith.
You can have faith, but that's why I'm kind of hesitant on it. I'm like, listen, I understand not trading the second overall pick for a player who has played less than half his games.
If LaMelo and Zion are on the same team together, are they a top 10 duo in your opinion?
I saw that tweet.
I didn't
Yeah.
acknowledge it.
I don't
mean,
think they're a top
I
10 duo.
think-
I tried really to not be biased in the tweet because obviously I made the statement. They're probably 10.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the players that you had in the list. Yeah, you could say they're 10 around there.
That's off hype and hope.
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's also
literally- I
like
said,
best case scenario.
If the Hornets get Zion, that's what it was prefaced
Yeah,
with.
man, it sounds cool, like in theory. Like 2K would be fire.
It would be.
What do you mean in real life it wouldn't be?
It probably would, but it's not likely. It's just not.
Of
gonna
course
happen.
it's not. But I mean, we're
He
living in
is right. You do
rumors.
have this unfaith. You do have this, and you're a very faithful man. You have a lot of
Yeah, that makes me feel really good, bro.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you have a lot of confidence, and you just believe. You have this undying belief that
It pays
you
off
just
sometimes.
ignore his history, and he's like, "No, he'll be ready next
That's
year."
not true.
respect
it.
I've said it,
I don't
especially when we
think
talked
that.
about it last show. Stop it.
I don't know.
I said I understand the injury concern. If you want to have the injury concerns, who am I to
But
say
you
that you're
won't.
not allowed? I won't have them personally
Okay.
because injuries are to a degree sometimes freak injuries. Zion's have not been so freak.
I was gonna say I don't think his
Zion's
freak.
have not been so freak, unfortunately. However, I'd like to remain optimistic that he can stay on the court.
Well, the
Because when
big
he's on
thing
the court,
with
he's a fucking
Zion
demon.
and why I don't like the trade for the Hornets is because, you can say it maybe, no brainer. Second overall pick for Zion. Zion is amazing when he
Of
plays.
course.
There's a difference between the Pelicans and their standpoint, their view on Zion versus the Hornets. The Hornets would be trading for him with the expectation that he significantly boosts up their team to the point where they're relevant and they're making the playoffs year in and year
If
out.
he's healthy, do they? Yes.
Yes, I think if he's healthy, they do.
Because look
The-
what he did
the-
with the Pelicans this
The
year.
Pelicans already invested the first overall pick to him. They have went through all these ups and downs. They're committed to him. So him staying with the Pelicans, okay, listen, you've invested this much. You might as well go all the way with it at this point. The Hornets, if they do that move, it's a win-now move that just has so much risk that I don't think it's worth it.
The rest of the team's not ready to win now.
Yeah, I
Not
think
even close.
I don't think it's worth it at all.
Are the Pelicans ready to win now?
They're not ready, but they're ready to compete at. a
They're
high
more
level.
ready than the Hornets.
I think they're ready to compete.
But
at a
why?
high level.
Because they have Brandon Ingram.
They just have a better team.
Trey
The
Murphy's
Hornets?
ready.
Absolutely. There's
Trey
no question.
Jones is
Trey
a
Murphy.
lockdown defender.
Well, Alvarado's another good, really good
good
defender.
backup point guard. They just need a center.
Like, best case scenario, okay, the Hornets are one of the best transition teams in the league. They make the playoffs,
They
whatever.
sell a lot to.
Worst case scenario is that Zion does not play for the majority of the season. They missed the playoffs, and they just traded a future all-star for a player who's now
Also-
missed most of his games.
I don't think they have their pick next year. It's protected. It was
Hornets?
protected this year.
The Wizards don't have their pick next year.
No, I'm saying the Hornets. I think their pick this year was
me
protected. If
every
I'm not mistaken.
Every time.
Double check though. I could be wrong. I saw it on 2K.
The Hornets, I feel like they haven't made any
It's
moves.
probably heavily protected. I can't imagine them trading a future first for. I mean, look at the roster. Who are they trading a future first for? That's
What it was.
going to be some sort of.
Hey.
Nah,
select
they don't have the
protection.
first-round pick in 2024.
I am good at what I do.
There's got to be
Dal.
some sort of top
just good at
18
what I do.
protected.
I'm just good at what I do.
You know what I mean?
I think the Spurs have it.
There's got to be some protection. I was actually looking up future picks.
While there's a little dead air, very minimal, of course. Shout out to your boy Nick.
Facts.
Just got engaged. That is fire. Of course, we're giving that shout out because he's a pick-a-side legend. Dude, congratulations to you and your now fiance, bro. Let's go.
Congratulations to you and your woman.
That's tough.
So
That was pleased at me.
Well done.
this is what it is.
What's the
It's
protection?
None.
it's the it says it first went to the Knicks. Knicks top 14 protected. Hawks protected top 14 and Spurs protected top 14.
Oh, is that because of the Mark Williams trade?
Probably.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is insane and hilarious, but yes.
But top 14, they're just
Respect
spanking
Mark
them out
Williams.
being a lottery
Dude,
team.
I thought you liked Mark Williams.
No, it's just funny that now they're in a tough situation. I like
So
Mark Williams.
basically, this is the pick that the Knicks had first. They gave to Atlanta for Cam Reddish, and then Atlanta gave to the Spurs for DeJounte.
So now the
Spurs
Spurs
are
have
lit.
it. And it's
top
four
14 protected. 14.
for the Hornets.
So lottery protected, yes.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
That's good.
The Hornets probably would be. a
So if
lottery
they're in
team
the
next
lottery, they get
Unless
that
they get
pick.
Zion, then
And then they lose it again next year, or it's still protected.
No, they have their pick in 2025.
year. Yeah, at that point, you might as well just not tank. But what's the point of
Oh, they'll be garbage.
even?
There's no need
Yeah,
to
but I'm saying in the world that they got Zion, like you're still not going to be a team. You're going to be picking around like 17.
I
You
guess
probably won't be a lottery
they're looking
team,
at it as like the East is a crapshoot, and what Miami just did right now, any team can not do it, but any team can come in and just change shit up. I mean, you got the Celtics, but the Bucks, their guys are getting old. Cleveland's up in the air.
Are you taking
The
any of
Knicks-
those over the Hornets?
No, 100%. I'm just saying that's probably what they're looking at. Is like the East is the West is a little bit more defined than
Yes.
the East.
Yeah.
And they
So-
believe in Bryce McGowan's.
Wow.
The the Wizards apparently want Hayward Highsmith and Nikola Jovic for Bradley Beal. That's the package.
Bro, they just want to give away Bradley Beal for chips.
Why?
And
Why?
pennies.
Like Jovic, I get it,
Contract.
rookie,
It's the
but
contract, bro.
but even still, Highsmith, I would just rather have an extra.
Yo,
he's a
what?
20.
Who?
Yeah, nuts.
You know,
And the Suns offer, they have two. It's Ayton and Cash, and then it's Chris Paul and Shamet for Beal.
that
It's
makes sense.
it's not like that crazy though. If the Wizards want to go into this full
They wanna
rebuild where
go
they
full-
just suck,
That means Porzingis is getting traded also.
yeah, which is fine.
Porzingis
I
has
think-
a player option.
I think he's gonna opt
He'll
in
probably
though.
get traded. Yeah, probably.
He can
Get to
decline it.
LA.
I saw
I
he was.
wouldn't
I saw he
decline
would
it.
likely opt in.
I'd
It was like
probably opt
30.
in.
It's a lot of money.
36,
37,
It's a
right?
lot. Is it
$36
a lot of
million.
money? But would you rather a lot of money in 1 year or a lot of money in multiple
Yeah,
years?
over
There's a
4.
chance a lot, but you can never get 36 ever again on this 1 year.
Like, would you rather get 20 to 25 million for 4 years or 37 million for 1 year?
I'll probably get that 37.
The 2025 is probably available again next
Can
offseason.
I ask you a question? If you're Miami, would you rather have Bradley Beal or Kristaps Porzingis?
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal.
I only say that for the idea that Bam now is not necessarily glued to having to be in the paint. Then you have no other option. Now, if you need to put him onto the paint, he switches in the pick and roll. Now, at least you know you have a guy back there that at least provides some type
Good
of
idea.
presence down
Yeah.
low. You know what I mean?
I think having another shot creator though is probably more
Yeah,
important.
shout out to B-Ball Index. I was looking
course,
at
GOAT.
they dropped
GOAT,
Bradley Beal's charts for finishing, playmaking.
He's one of the best
defense.
finishers in the league.
Yeah, he's really
For sure.
fucking good.
Great
Like,
scorer.
The contract.
He's
and-
an elite scorer.
Yeah, we knock him because the contract is nuts. But
ugly.
taking the contract away, putting him in a vacuum, he's a really good basketball
I don't
player.
disagree.
He will help Miami immensely as a playmaker, as a finisher, as a shooter off ball. He's really good too in the pick and roll. He's good as a defender. He's not like
He's not
Hero.
bad.
He's
Agreed.
not bad. So
Who fits better?
Porzingis makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think Beal. Like I think if they had Beal, I'm not saying they beat the Nuggets, but they definitely make it more of a fight because he can bring that scoring punch. He can be a playmaker.
Because we
I
saw
just
he was
think
missing once
Porzingis-
Jimmy Butler was not hitting. I mean, we were looking at
They
the Bam
needed
show.
size.
Struce and Duncan Crean shit. It was
Agreed.
like,
Yeah.
ooh,
But they needed size, and then of course Porzingis can stretch.
I think they needed more creation than size.
The
Okay.
problem with Porzingis is that he's injury prone,
Agreed.
and on defense he's gonna get
Beal
killed.
has been
Like
last
in
couple
space, he's gonna get killed in space.
Yeah, but they could at least hide it a bit with Bam.
I think they can get there. It's easier to get a big in free agency than a
Because I think they just need
creation like that.
if they had just have a solid backup big with the elite shot creator, I'd rather have that than the elite, I guess.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
But I think what's important is the Wizards have to be pretty terrible next year because they don't have their first. It's protected 1 to 12 in 2024, 1 to 10 in 2025, and 1 to 8 in
don't have to wait.
Wait, so
2026.
it's not protected at all next year then
1 to 12.
in 2024.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
they'll be in there.
They should definitely be a top 12 pick.
They'll
yes.
be
Yeah, because
running
I lost
out,
my pick in
Johnny
2K.
Davis.
I was tight.
How many
bro.
years
No,
in a
in
row have they
2K
had
you
a
lose
lottery?
it. They don't
Yeah.
because they don't do the 2K done.
Well,
They
I
do
lied.
like
They
the
went to the
110,
playoffs. I
112
forgot about
protection.
that.
3 years in a row, they've
They don't
won
do that.
34, 35, 35 games. So they're
Don't worry,
lottery
Johnny
every year.
Davis will be starting next year for the
Good.
Wizards.
We need to
The
see.
agenda starts. Happy for you, man.
Listen, he was good down the stretch.
He was all right.
So
yeah.
do you?
But that's the end of the year. That's the end of the year runs.
Told you about that.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's hilarious.
That's
How'd
what
it go?
Austin Reeves put me
I
on
think James
his rookie
Bouknight had
season
a
because of that.
30-point game at the end of last year.
Austin Reeves had a triple-double against the Nuggets.
That's what
I mean, listen, for Miami,
They don't talk about
they need
that.
Bradley Beal more than they need Kristaps Porzingis, and they just need shot creation.
Yeah.
I will be surprised if they make this deal and Tyler Hero is not involved.
Agreed.
I know that
they might.
they've came out and they said that Tyler Hero, they don't want to trade him. We're seeing it's Jovic and Haywood Highsmith. I mean, the
Kyle
Wizards
Lowry.
at this point have to, like, what are they doing? You know, I understand Beal, his contract is horrible. It's terrible. But you can't receive that little for Bradley
I
Beal.
think what they're trying to do, and I'm not saying it's a good idea. They're trying to just rid themselves of any big contracts or any like.
because Hero's making 34.
Listen, it makes sense.
Years. Yeah, they're not trying
Bradley
to be
Beal,
tied to anybody.
no trade clause, 15% trade
It's
kicker.
their fault.
I
Franchise
want to
player.
say this about Bradley Beal and about wherever he gets traded to. It's between the Suns and the Heat. That's the finalists that have been reported. If he goes to Phoenix, it's going to be a mistake. And I think that after seeing teams go so far with depth and 2 stars, I think Phoenix would be making a horrible mistake trying to build another super team that's going to fail, because it will fail. The Bradley Beal experiment in Phoenix would fail 100%. Miami, it can succeed because we know that year after year they've been this close, and they probably need a player of Bradley Beal's caliber to get over the hump. To play devil's advocate to that, though, Bradley Beal is an insane risk because of his contract. You know, once the Miami Heat take him on, if you have Bam's contract and Butler's contract and Beal's and Tyler Hero, that's 4 players that you're basically giving your roster to.
doubt.
And the depth might vanish once that happens because Gabe Vincent, Caleb Moran, they've all kind of played their way
Into
to a
some
bigger
money.
payday. Max Strus is a free agent. So that's a big-time risk for Miami. I think they have to take it because they've been so close year after year, so they have to take it. But it could end up being bad as well because Bradley Beal's contract is just so bad. Like, it is a top 3 worst contract in the NBA right now.
Anybody taking Beal's contract is taking that risk, like you just mentioned, on both ends. It's a good or bad thing. I think with Miami, though, they offer probably the best high of it. Like with Phoenix, no, I don't think it's gonna work at all. But because they just won't have enough money for the depth. But I think with Miami, Strus is restricted, Gabe is restricted, so you'll be able to bring them back. With Beal, you kind of have that window of like, all right, we just went to the finals. We went to the ECF the year before. We have a chance in the East to go right back. If not right back, make a deep run for a year or 2, and it won't hurt you as bad. It'll probably hurt you down in the long run. With Phoenix, though, that can hurt you right away. You got 3 guys. Beal's been hurt past couple years. Kevin Durant's been hurt past couple years. You're going to have to stagger their minutes. There is going to be much depth. You're going to run out. I don't even know. And that's going to be tough because I feel like you need a little bit more than scoring. I don't think what Beal provides, you need that. I think you need other things like guys that fit around Booker, fit around Kevin Durant. So
You need 3-and-D guys.
yeah,
You
defense,
need
a
3-and-D
big,
guys
then
and get a defensive
Ayton's
big.
contract, if you can't get off that, that's because the report came out. I forgot who posted it, but the market is low for Ayton. There's not many teams calling for him. That's another $35 million on your tab also. You pretty much have a starting 5 of over $200 million, I think. Maybe
But
a
even
little bit less.
that's the thing. Like Phoenix, if they were to get Beal, I think Beal, Booker, KD, and Ayton is a better big 4 than Butler, Beal,
Oh, yeah,
Adebayo, and
100%.
Hero.
It's just the back, like who's after them? You know, who's going to suit up?
Bet minimums.
I will say to
7
Phoenix
bet
though,
minimum spots.
Torrey
I mean-
Craig would still be on the squad.
Yeah.
correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Chris
campaign.
Paul and Landry Shamet are basically
Okogie or no?
zeros at this point.
He can
Chris
be a
Paul
free
is probably like maybe gives
They'll
a little
buy him
bit.
out. They'll buy him out. Chris Paul.
But like if you can trade Chris Paul and Shamet for Beal,
Free agent.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Shamet and Chris Paul right now are not giving you anything. Chris Paul, he's still a leader, but he gets injured when the playoffs come around.
And his
And that's the
offensive
biggest
game
thing.
is very limited to his
Yeah.
passing.
He can't do anything anymore. And Bradley Beal could be the player that Phoenix needs to put pressure on the rim.
Not at that money.
Because KD doesn't put pressure at the rim like that. Devin Booker doesn't either. Bradley Beal could be that player that is constantly driving to the basket, and that can open up their offense in a different way. So, I
don't know. We saw
I don't know.
Phoenix against Denver. Lack of role players kind of hurt them. With getting Beal, that is going to be an even more bigger thing. Your lack of role players would inevitably.
Also, just the mindset, if Ayton's going to be on this team next year, which we don't know, obviously, he needs to come in with a different mindset.
He does.
You can't come in with with that physical body type that you have, and you not play.
Oh, he won't get the ball now.
Sure.
Oh, no, he probably will, but that shit go in the book, KD, Beal.
But I just mean more so on the
3%
defensive side, like
usage.
Jacqueline Dehls, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing his name.
Yeah.
The fact that
He
he was
brought
getting
way
some
more
solid
energy.
burn,
Yeah.
he was exactly right. He was more effective
He was
for
fighting
them
for his life.
than
Yeah,
Aiden
it was all
was.
scrap
That
and
should
energy
never
and
be.
dog, yeah.
It's
I think
all
it's
the
Monty.
mindset.
I think Monty being out of there, I think Frank Vogel could maybe bring a different side out of it.
He should.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that's
that
all I
speaks
talked about
on-
in the press conference.
But that
too.
speaks on Aiden even more. It's just
agree.
like no one else had an issue with Monty. You're the one that's comes out, or let me not say he's come out and blatantly come and discredited Monty, but to act like a child, not suit up for the last game, kind of be like laughing and giggling, having a good time on the bench. That's where you start to
That shit
lose
ain't
me.
funny, bro.
I mean, I don't know what happened, but I do know that after the 2021
He
playoff
didn't
run,
speak for the summer, right?
Monty Williams didn't speak to Aiden for that entire summer, I believe. And when he had a press conference, he talked about the Suns' young core,
And didn't mention
and
it.
he mentioned Booker, Johnson, McHale, and Landry Shamet, and didn't mention Aiden.
Mentioning
hilarious.
Bridges, and he's older than Aiden. Is crazy.
That is so
And Cam.
crazy.
So I do think that there is something there
I agree.
that
I agree.
I think with
Yeah.
Vogel coming in, son, you could bring out a different side of him.
We don't.
Who plays point guard though? Bradley Beal or Devin
I
Booker?
think Booker.
Yeah.
Bill can too. They'll probably play off, but
They can, but I think Booker definitely is the better
I
of the
wanted
two.
to-
in
People
terms of
forget about
playmaking.
Beal, man.
I
Beal,
agree.
Beal, when he's not a number one option,
yeah.
he can
Bill
lock up.
not in Washington. Good player. Really, really good
He
player.
can lock up. He's a good defender.
I think another rumor that I thought was interesting was Indiana. With the 7th pick possibly trying.
That'd
to
be
take-
lit.
I think they're trying to. I think they want to compete next
I
year.
saw them say that they want a high level wing.
Yeah, they want
Well,
to.
not Beal though.
That's OG.
So they want to
Anunoby.
start in caliber, like OG Mikael Bridges type of like starting.
Telling that
caliber wing.
Pacers agenda gonna hit like crack.
I'm not
telling
doing
you. We got Tyrese,
started-
Buddy Hield,
No, he is
We is
crazy.
nuts.
Tyrese.
Did it
You're
start-
not allowed.
Did it start
You're not
last
allowed.
episode with
It sure
Tyrese?
did start.
Okay.
It did.
I was
he
gonna say
said
I didn't miss something,
nothing
right?
about it this year. It started last.
Oh,
episode.
Ty-
Tyrese?
Tyrese, Buddy Hield, OG, Miles Turner.
I yelled.
Oh yeah.
That's
I'm
a
laughing.
that's a
This
solid
is-
first
this
round
happened
exit.
again.
That's a
Happened
really
again.
solid team.
Remember when I was in on Indiana?
This
It's gonna
is
happen.
the
It's
better
gonna hit.
team,
No
though.
trust. It's gonna hit.
This is a better team.
I'm willing to bank on it. Indiana's gonna be the team of the season next
Rick
year.
Carlisle, Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
This the
I'm
year.
angry.
I think you guys are right though. I definitely
And
think
Halliburton,
the
All NBA.
Heat makes the most
Yeah,
sense.
65 years. All
Yo,
he
is
got
this
to
the
do.
agenda that we're both in on together?
Halliburton,
No,
All NBA.
Pacers.
Oh, Pacers.
Pacers will make the playoffs. I'll be on that agenda
All
with
right,
you.
all right,
But
let's
if they
talk.
make it though, you gotta come on this table and say Halliburton is a better point guard than Trae Young.
Well, Trae Young will make the playoffs. So
I was gonna say he will.
Yeah, 8 seed.
It's
Probably.
gonna be clear after the next
Yes.
season that
Life.
Tyrese is a better player.
We'll see.
think so.
You know that Tyrese actually answered a Twitter question, and they asked him, "What is your nickname? What were you called?" And he said, "My nickname is Ty or Reese. I actually don't like Hallie, but people will just call me that, so I just roll with it now."
So what are you gonna go with?
Ty or Reese? Let's just go with Reese. Maybe Reese.
Reese.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call him Tyrese Halliburton.
I think Reese is gonna have a great season. Man.
I like Reese. That's hard.
Reese.
You know what's the crazy part? I don't disagree with you.
What,
the
he's gonna-
Pacers?
yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
gonna have a
I
great
don't-
season.
I don't
think
You
we
think
all
laughed
do.
in my face.
No,
You
I
don't
laughed
think he's
at
gonna have a
your
great
face because you
season,
had him
but
at 10.
you don't think he's gonna be
he's
able to
not
have a
gonna-
great
He
yeah.
had him at 9. He had him at
9.
9.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think he's not gonna have a great year. But in terms of just comparing him to other people, I think Trae Young will have a better year.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I think he's a really good player.
I don't think he'll have a better year than Reese.
I think Trae Young will have a better player.
Oh my
I think
God.
He'll have a better
The
season.
Blazers and Wizards have discussed a trade centered around number 3 pick in Kristaps Porzingis.
There's no fucking way.
D Mills quoted it.
They just doing shit. They being
Yeah,
unserious,
D
bro.
Mills quoted and said, "Fire everyone right now."
Yeah. We talked a lot about the team acquiring Bradley Beal, but I don't think it's the end of the world if the Wizards don't get Ayton or Hero. I know you want that young player, but we talked about a Riv. I think not having to pay Hero or Ayton $35 million, have the cap sheet clear,
And they're
just
not-
get the draft picks, because they've won 34, 35, 35 games these last 3 years. This team has no ceiling. The
And they're
floor
they're
is not high enough.
They're not high end young players. Like
No.
they're not insane potential.
Unless
or
you
elite
want to
potential.
trade
Johnny
them,
Davis guy,
unless you
though?
want to trade them down the line for more first round picks, then that would make sense.
You know
But the Suns still on first offer. They would have like 7 second round picks. I don't know what the Heat
No.
picks, but they at least have more than
You're not a
the
Denny
Suns.
Advia guy?
You know what's funny about this guy to the left of me about Johnny Davis? He texted me. He had a list. We were recruiting one year, so he texted me his list, and I was like, oh, interesting. He had Johnny Davis at 2, if I'm not mistaken.
He did.
Number 2
Remember.
guard. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Johnny Davis is really good. Okay, I can see what you're doing. And then the season happens, and he just played like shit, man.
Ass.
Oh shit!
Ass.
And now you're back on the Johnny Davis agenda.
Wait, hold up. So you're just gonna mention I had him 2 and not say that I revised my list after I watched every prospect and I didn't have him at 2?
No, I'm not gonna say that because that was irrelevant.
Yo, I love that.
Because
You should have did that first. The
'Cause
fact that you waited. No, I'm not gonna.
because
say
I
that.
had Malachi Branham over him. I had Matherin over him. I had Ivy over him.
I don't care about the
I had
revised.
I had Sharp over him.
I don't care. You should
Johnny
have did
Davis
that
was like
first.
my 5th, 6th player.
Del, should I? If we go into scouting and he chooses to not scout good the first time, makes a dog shit list, and then revises
did
it.
you
Whose fault
did you
is that?
scout them at first, or you hadn't scouted them all? You're just like, this is my
I
preliminary.
just briefly watched all of their
fault is
highlights,
that?
and then I ranked them, and then a week later when I watched them, I gave him my other
Whose fault
ranking.
is that, Dels?
What do you mean? It's a revised ranking off of what
That's
I
kind of
watched.
dirty, Rip. Not gonna lie.
He should have
It's
did that the
kinda
first
dirty.
time.
We literally
Riv.
we literally
I
have
know.
messages.
I don't know, Riv.
Did that the first
Bro's
time.
openly admitting to it too. If I was you, I just would have lied and said you did not send me a revised list.
Part of
I'd just
agendas.
go with
Yeah, I
that.
sent him a whole revised list. We
Jokes
was
over
talking
facts,
about it.
always.
Yeah, but you should have just gone with it and said you never sent me any list.
Now he got me back. Jokes over facts.
Jokes over facts, always. So you're back on the Johnny Davis wave.
Look,
Read his
On
list.
this list, he has Ivy, Matherin, Sharp, Malachi, and Johnny Davis 5.
The real list.
no, and then what he say after that, Dels,
Thought you had Johnny at 1.
and what I said.
One.
You said, nah, I changed my list.
Nuts.
Then you said Brown, 100 emoji. Christian Brown, I'm assuming.
Christian Brown, my dog.
He's him.
See, I was always high on him.
And then we was
Not a
talking
Denver
about.
fan, though.
Then I said this. I was like, Brown had the 3rd highest vert at the combine. Brown is a better version of DiVincenzo Connaughton.
Good take.
Then we was talking about Brown.
Yeah.
I didn't have Davis at 1.
And at 5.
Oh yeah. Well, you showed them the fucking revised list. Of course, you didn't have him at one.
Be honest, did you?
What
At one point in time.
With my first ever list, I just said I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
one
went
or
back
two.
and I
No, hit
watched
him
it, and
one.
because I was like, yo, he's a lot like Devin Booker. Then I watched full games and I was like, you know what?
Was
I
that with
dropped him.
Jaden Ivey included?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I changed my
I
mind on
find
him.
his moment.
I changed my mind on
Hey,
him.
but I
fine.
respect it. Hey, you're allowed your opinion before.
Of course, before the draft, before
Yeah,
an
come
NBA
out
game
and-
is played. What the
yeah,
fuck?
facts.
I could change my ranking before
Definitely
an NBA game is played. in the
Definitely first
rankings.
list, you're definitely allowed. If it was like his 7th to 8th, then I'm like, all right.
Bro came up to me and said, "Yo, Johnny Davis is number one."
That's not worse than you saying James Bucknight was better than Jalen Green as a scorer.
And coming out of college, cap. Don't cap.
You're going to die on that?
No, that was a good take. Coming out of
No,
college.
it wasn't a good
Coming out of
take.
college?
James Bucknight's virtually out the league. Jalen Green's
See
an
how you
averaging
split- to be fair,
20.
James Bucknight, he's not.
You're being so specific, though. Coming out of college.
We were
versus
talking
as a
about coming out of
prospect.
college. We was like coming out of college. Who was a better scorer? I said James Bucknight. He was like a 24-point per game scorer.
You even said he'll be a better scorer in the league. You had
that
hot
was
take.
me. Having an agenda.
Oh, that was you
Okay, so
trolling.
that
no,
there
it
is.
failed.
Okay.
1,000%.
So Reese's playmaking statistics
I'm
last year.
fucking crying. Reese, bro.
oh, right.
Reese.
Yeah, I didn't
47.7% assist percentage was first in the NBA. Potential assists were first in the NBA. Assists and points created second in the NBA. 9.9 passer rating was second in the NBA.
That's
63rd in usage percentage, but second in assists per
Bro
game.
is a
Can I ask you a
pick and roll
question?
merchant.
Is he the best passer in the game?
Nah, it's Jokic.
valid.
Okay.
Second best passer in the game?
Top 5 for sure.
Okay.
15 box creation, 4th in the NBA, and 4.2 assist to turnover ratio, 7th in the NBA. I'm telling you, bro, he's gonna have a fucking breakout year next year.
Is Jokic a better passer all time than LeBron James?
It's close.
It's not crazy to say. I think I would lean LeBron, obviously,
I'd
but
probably leave him.
I think that Jokic makes, from what I've seen, more wow passes than LeBron.
I think LeBron's made the
Close.
better
See?
player more than likely.
say that one
LeBron's
time.
been,
I really
LeBron's been a great passer in 3 different arcs of his life.
I don't know, bro. LeBron's passes are OD, bro.
As
Like
an athletic-
I've seen him like jump to go shoot the
Yeah.
ball, but then like backwards, throw it behind his back,
This
hit it
LeBron,
perfectly
I
in the
don't know.
corner to Danny Green. Like I don't know, it is tough. It's a good conversation. The reason why I asked the question.
Sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I've seen
Sure,
Jokic
yeah,
do
sure.
like
Oh no, he's OD.
behind the back passes to the other corner.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like
I've
It's
seen
very
LeBron do
close.
that. I've seen LeBron.
No,
do
I've seen LeBron do that
I've
as
seen
well.
LeBron do
Yeah.
that.
But no,
Young-
Jokic is
young
amazing.
Cleveland LeBron. Yeah, I've seen
For
LeBron
sure.
do that.
How about Miami LeBron? Second stink Cleveland.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been an elite passer in like 3-4
Led the
Who's
league in
assists-
assists.
whose assists are
at
more
year
valuable,
20.
Jokic or LeBron's?
The second greatest player ever.
Like who makes their teammates better?
The second greatest player ever.
LeBron, come on. I mean, they both do, but it's
they both
LeBron.
do.
It's LeBron.
He's
LeBron
trying
ain't
to find
never.
something.
LeBron was never able to win a championship without a second All-Star. Jokic just
literally
did
went
it.
to the. You know what? Why get into this conversation?
We're going to have an extra 15 minutes.
How
in
about
advance.
you stop hating on
It's my
Jokic?
fault. I just wanted to.
Stop hating on Jokic.
He hate on.
Bro, don't. You're taking bait. You're taking
You're
the
right.
bait.
You're right.
Yes.
I was about to. I was about to.
Welcome.
Pick a side growth, man.
Bro,
Love
it's
to see it.
hating on Jokic, bro.
You were the only Embiid fan at the table.
Hate Embiid.
What's not true?
Embiid?
I was here.
No,
I was here.
I was
You
never
just
here.
started.
Okay. Yeah, facts.
You just
I
started.
never called Embiid better than Jokic,
I
though.
didn't say that. So you're the only Embiid fan at this table.
What does that mean, though?
That means you openly. I think you picked Embiid to win your MVP.
I bet on him, yeah. He was plus 370
No,
at the time.
he was
Very
your
good,
pick in
very
the
good.
beginning of the
Was
year.
very good argument.
When we start the year, when we had our offseason, you had Embiid as MVP.
Yeah, because
I hate him.
the 2 years before that,
I get it.
he was second. He was runner-up. I thought
Should
just
have been
finally
runner
his
up
year.
again.
Should have been.
Yeah, listen, I agree. Sure.
I know.
But he won, and I won money.
Hey, take that to the bank.
Take that to the bank. You picked AD, didn't you?
I did.
You
He
picked
was amazing.
Kawhi.
Thanks,
you picked Kawhi Leonard.
I'm respecting him. Yeah. Thought he would play. Didn't play. Hey, listen, back end.
Next year.
No, look, back end. Kawhi was on some shit.
Next year, if you don't think I'm running Tatum back, you're out of your mind.
Oh, no, I'm running Steph this year. Yeah, I'm just going to go back to my
Joel
fan
Embiid.
pick. You going Joel Embiid?
No, he won't win it. Just the way that Jokic didn't win it this year because of playoff woes, or Giannis didn't win it because of playoff woes. He's not going to win it.
Damn. Is he going to
Crazy,
win
'cause
anything?
he still had playoff roles
He'll make the ACF.
coming into the season.
You think so? This year?
ECF?
My guy.
Harden's gone. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know if he is.
I don't know
really
about the
matter,
ECF, to be honest.
I hope Harden doesn't come back.
Harden?
I hope he doesn't come
How
back.
does it feel to know your favorite player might never win a ring?
Wake
Bro,
up
let
the
him
next
come
day.
to LA.
Wake up the next day. Respect that.
Harden to LA. We out?
Yeah, listen. If that happens, I'm rooting for the Lakers next year.
Wow.
You have hit the bottom of the bottom.
It's my dog.
That's what's gonna
I
happen.
never thought I would see the day that.
Neither
Joe
did I,
went for
but
the
I'm here.
Lakers.
Listen, I bought a Magic Johnson jersey just in case.
Say I was there.
Yeah.
It's like your tweets. It's like I tweet about him. I got a jersey about him.
Listen, Lakers. My best memory watching basketball was 2010 NBA Finals. I was rooting for Kobe.
Really?
Like my life depended on it. Always kind of had Laker blood in
I
me.
feel like everybody's rooting for Kobe.
Not me.
Why didn't you root for the Lakers this year, though, bro? One of the best stories there was.
He's spitting.
Come on, bro. You could have.
It's too annoying.
Who?
Jokic is
Just-
a better story.
I was annoying.
All Lakers
I think
fans.
Jokic-
Was I
better story.
annoying?
pretty comfortably.
I was annoying
Yeah, you were.
when it came to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Justifiably.
Sure.
Thank you.
But
I'll live with that.
Annoying nonetheless.
I'll live with that.
Yeah, respect.
I'll live with that.
Still, but yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I know I was getting toxic for sure.
Yeah.
You were yapping.
But
too
it was
much.
definitely justified. I had to sit at this table how many times and get embarrassed.
Listen, James Harden didn't win a ring, but that's why my next two best players,
Let me guess.
favorite ones,
And
Joker and
Look at- no,
Anthony Edwards and
Luka
Luka,
Doncic, yeah.
No Reese Love?
and they'll win.
I'm here for it.
Tyrese is on my agendas now.
Okay.
He's not one of my favorites, but
Oh,
I
that's
respect his
blasphemous.
game.
Okay, word.
I don't know. I gotta stay true to my Kings
Of
roots.
course.
No doubt.
Oh, right, you are. You do have the Kings agenda.
Can't upset them, I hope they don't have any bad blood against Tyrese. They don't. It's just Pacers fans are annoying. That's really what it is.
I haven't run into many Pacers fans in my life.
You should show that to.
Yeah. John's tripping.
What do you say?
Talk about this on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's John.
I like Kobe, but I don't know if I like him like
John's
that.
high on Kobe, like really high.
Maybe that's his Walker Kessler of the draft.
Hey, so maybe he's gonna be good.
Yeah.
No, Kobe's gonna be good though.
I know that.
Like Kobe's like a surefire gonna be good to me.
So that's going to do it for this episode of the Pick a Side podcast, episode 289. We're getting awfully close to episode 300.
Sir.
And I probably should have mentioned this earlier in the show, but I didn't mention it. But we are starting to drop. We're going to drop merch soon. We're going to have a merch drop soon. It's going to be 2 T-shirts, 2 fleece shorts. It's going to be
Some fire designs.
white color, black color. That's what we're starting with.
Miss.
Hats. So hats, T-shirts, and shorts. We're working on getting different colors and probably going to have a drop on those. And next podcast, at the beginning of the show, I'll show the designs for all you guys to see, you guys to give your opinions on them. And, yeah, we're going to set a date for the drop, and that's going to be that.
1000% should have said that at the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot. I totally forgot.
Don't know if people have got this far, but if you
There's
did,
a select amount.
The people that got this far are the
Real
people that are
fans.
more likely to buy the
Yes.
merch.
And
Oh, yeah, probably.
Patreon's coming back next week. Patreon episodes.
Dehls keeps telling you guys that.
We're
Next week,
recording
Patreon's
Monday.
happening.
Whoa, I said last
No,
on
I
Monday. I
actually
said
took
next
I
week.
took a screenshot, and you said on 6/14, yeah, Patreon soon. It's what was it like 5/14? You was like Patreon
Well,
soon.
I want. It is
Listen,
soon. It's a month later.
G Herbo told us Ball Like I'm Kobe was coming
Soon
soon,
for
2
3
years.
years.
Yeah, but all them Chicago rappers lie. We know that.
If he can say coming soon for 2 years, we can say it for 1 month.
Respect.
So you can follow us on Twitter at Pick a Side Pod, on Instagram and TikTok at Pick a Side Podcast. Thank you for watching or listening, and we'll see you next time.